yesterday on the chain.
Tell you what I
Yeah,
ever
fishing
do.
net.
Fall
Yeah,
on silent.
I'll tell you what. That was a teenager's dream, that wasn't it? You know, Princess Leia in that outfit, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a poster on the wall, wasn't it?
It was completely.
But that was Return of the Jedi, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Got something to unlock years too, like
That was the best one.
out scuba suits and
It's him, man.
Scuba suits.
Honestly.
Spiderwebbing.
Spiderwebbing. I don't know what that is,
Now
though.
you talk about
The dark world of Dan.
I
It's like
don't-
the underworld.
It's the two personalities, what I said. Like, you got to wear different hats all the time. And that's.
You'll be thinking about where to pick up fishing net all afternoon now.
Well, it was the snorkel
Driving
I was
home
thinking
and that.
about. You know what I mean? What's the snorkel going on? So we've got to address. There's I think we've got to address. There's a hacker. There's a hacker outside, isn't there? So we've got to
In
address
about
that.
4 minutes.
In about
Should we do
4
like a minute's
minutes.
silence.
We've just got to make people aware, watching it, that there might be a bit of noise going on in the background, and it's going to freak me and Alice out as well, because apparently there's a hacker. They're doing the hacker dance.
Could just made us sound more
Dance?
successful and said we're on tour in New Zealand or something like that.
Is it a dance? Well, we could do that, but yeah. But I know it's a hard sell when we've got like a whole room to move. Yeah, a slight confession to make as well. It's not a confession, but I'm going to raise this with Joe because
Get nervous. If you
Joe's no, because Joe's probably looking around going, hang on, this looks familiar. You've got a chip OSB, and I was asking Joe loads of questions. So this is like, this room's inspired by the gym.
I might have a quote in the
You know?
WhatsApp group where you've actually blatantly just said
I've copied.
it's exactly what I want it to look like.
But I wasn't.
Feels like a home from home.
The thing is, I said inspired by. That's the thing, and you've got to.
I'll give you that. Like,
Mind you have
But it's a
put your
nice thing, though, isn't it?
stamp on it with the burned local heroes. I like
Yeah,
that.
you like
because I
that?
saw your stuff and yours looks great, but it's one of them things that even Deep North, the inside of Deep North's all done with OSB boards,
Yeah.
but it's an easy way of kind of dressing the place up. And I wasn't stealing your idea with the Polaroids. It just so happens that. Do you know what I mean? You
Yeah,
might
the
be,
Polaroid
you can, hang
camera
on,
is,
Dan's just been scoping
glove
my
compartment.
gym and then just stealing all your ideas. So, but yeah, but yours is pretty much what you've done. I just want to kind of, I'm gonna give you loads of compliments today, fellas. So
Thanks.
you're probably going to be embarrassed about this. So I go to the gym, Arrow Strength.
Yeah.
And what these lads have done, I think, is phenomenal. They're leaning into the social medias, and I love it because it's funny. And you've gone down that route, and I want to talk about that as well. I want you kind of explaining, trying to do something serious and then just going, fuck it, let's just kind of lean into the fun, you know?
Well, it kind of came out because I tried to emulate what Steve can do on camera, which is be very serious, not trip up over his words, and puts himself across very well. So when how many outtakes do you reckon would do of videos at the
mate.
start?
If I'd left you to your own devices, you'd come back and you'd be like, you'd need my approval, and then your camera roll would be full of about 40 different.
Like if I go on my
takes.
phone, even now when I've got to do a face to camera, there's probably 20 videos for like maybe a 10-second clip of me going, we're doing a run club this weekend, come down 9 o'clock. It's painful. So I just realised it took a while that I've just not got to be serious.
Yeah. Well, I walked in the gym once and you were doing something and you had it on the stand and you were trying to do it. So it was just me in the gym and you were in the bottom end.
As soon
right?
as you walked in, it put us
Yeah.
off.
Is that because
I was like, there's somebody in watching.
but I said you just got to like walk in and go bah, 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 and just don't
I was
care
trying to be
about
a
it.
fake version
I
of
was going to
myself.
say,
Yeah.
you're trying to be a different version.
I was trying to be
of yourself.
somebody else, and then I realised I can't be the
Yeah.
person that I'm trying to be.
Yeah. And then a few weeks later, it was just like this, you guys are shooting the shit, right? But the fun, Mr. High Rocks was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. So Steve got dressed
Mr.
up.
High Rocks.
What's it?
It's another fetish thing for Dad.
Mr. High Rocks spider webbing at the weekend. That's what it is, isn't it? But the High Rocks is like an event, a sporting event, like CrossFit, right? And so they made a character called Mr. High Rocks, and he had he had a headband on. He had these like little short shorts on. Was it something like that?
Little
The gym
short shorts,
pulled up.
vest. So there's loads of like stereotypes of high rocks, like people get bandage up, get like the energy gels out and stuff, and it's really
Serious.
You had an energy gel in your sock.
Like,
just a workout, just a little bit over an hour workout.
Yeah.
And yeah, people take it really seriously.
Yeah, all for that badge. That badge
All
and
for
that
the badge,
photo
and
at the end.
Yeah.
But I loved it that you're doing that, and you do, because I've seen you graft, and honestly, you graft, but you're taking the mick out of yourselves as well. Is that it must be hard to kind of do? I really want to kind of talk about that because that for me is sort of
That's the easiest. Those are the easiest videos where we've come up with like a concept. So we've got one coming up that I think you'll probably enjoy.
Yeah, we have.
Also, you're pre-doing these, are you?
So we see people doing things, especially in like the PT and gym world, where they'll do videos like, so just say what it is, like the morning routine.
Yeah.
And they've set the camera up for the morning routine and they're showing like what their morning routine is. And it's just not the real world.
Yeah.
That is not what they're doing
It's
every
like,
morning.
It's like a day in the life, and it's like, I've just woke up, and it's like, but you've getting up, you've set your tripod up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're watching
Somebody in the room with a
yourself
camera.
Yeah. They've like set the camera up and then they're brushing the teeth in the mirror. It's like, oh, you've literally set your camera up to video yourself brushing your teeth.
Yeah.
And then like, I've got 2 kids now, so I might not get any sleep at night time. So I basically drag myself out of bed, clothes on, might end up putting 2 wrong shoes on, just get myself to work. That's the only thing. That's my morning routine is get to work, open up.
I've seen like clips where you're just pulling up in the van and just someone's just taking the mick out you as soon as you're stepping out. You're like, so we've started. Haven't
That's pretty much our day-to-day life, isn't it?
we? It's fun though. It's kind of. But that's it.
Was it like that from day one with the business? Because I don't know much about your business. So, like, did you intend to take it down that route, or did it just happen?
So our strength, like Joe had a unit, and I'll let him tell the story, but he was had a unit in Ashbrook Cricket Ground, and then coincidentally, like I came over and then joined at the same time as Joe took over the unit that we're in now. And before that, like we'd never met. Like I always find it funny because we actually first time we met was in Grindr, wasn't it, mate?
It was I.
Grind.
Is
another one for you, Dan?
Spiderweb again.
We joke about because Steve put across a very fake version of himself. So
He was really
very
professional. Had a notepad and everything.
not a piss taker at all.
So Joe thought this guy.
I was
You
good.
just say I had a notepad and everything.
This guy's good. But I was like, I played it cool as if I didn't need him.
Yeah.
I was like, well, see how the first couple of months goes, and then I know that I'm going to need somebody further down the line and say what goes. And I was basically working from 5:30 till 8:30 with one child who wasn't sleeping and a pregnant missus. And I rang him, I think it was probably like mid-January. When can you start?
It's probably about a couple of weeks later,
Yeah.
if that.
I thought like Steve Ben Safety comes in with like a CV and a lanyard and that. Do you know what I mean? Going super official kind of.
Short sleeve shirt.
Yeah.
I feel
Clipboard.
like I'm like this though. I give people like a professional side of me initially, and then after a couple of weeks, they know me.
Yeah, that's exactly what I
but
do.
that's a business.
Get up in the
job.
suit.
I'm like-
Aye, but that's a business. You've got to be saying to be professional because you're not going to be hired for just being too loose.
But then like stuff with the content as well, like Joe's mentioned earlier, like I try and do like not just the super serious, but I like to think I'm quite good in front of camera. Like I can do it in a take, or if we've got something to announce, like probably it's going to be me. But then initially, like Joe was trying to copy that, and I was like, it's really frustrating initially. But then you just down tools, just be yourself. And then when the camera's not on, it's the same kind of crack, really.
Yeah.
We just take the piss out of each other all day.
You're doing you in the gym, and I see that. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I like to see.
Yeah.
It is. You're not trying to do something
Yeah.
else. You're taking the mic. You do it. You lean so far in. That takes some balls to do that, though.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
really put yourself out there on social media. I mean, we freak out seeing ourselves on stuff.
Yeah.
So you guys must do the same. Do you know what I mean? Especially when you're dressed up as Mr. High Rocks.
Yeah, I mean stuff like that. To be fair, the peak of it is my rap. Like that was my
I
lowest.
still
social
haven't
point.
brought myself to watch all of that.
Have you not?
Mate, about 10 seconds in, I'm like, nah.
badass
And it was
to do
me
it.
who made you do it.
So I'll give you a little bit
Oh,
of
well,
pre-context for
This
this.
is probably the most views that we got
It was
was
my lowest point.
Stays rap.
So back in November, we were doing Movember. We were raising money. We weren't even raising for money for charity because we just raised the grand in October.
it was just like, oh, we'll just do this for a crack. We'll give each other a challenge every other day.
Because it was we grown a mustache. We were like, we need something more, so we're giving each other challenges.
But just small little idea, and then it went extreme. Like.
So it started off with like, I don't know, you can't even remember the initial.
You've
ones.
got to do 10 push-ups every hour on the hour, or like
something like that.
Yeah.
Like reasonably seems like cute now.
yeah.
And then within like a week,
Obviously, because you're going a day, I'm going a day, so it just end up all right. You did this to me.
Yeah.
and it just got to the point where the bar was so
Ramp
high.
You're doing ice baths and all that stuff.
So, but
Yeah, he nearly killed us.
So, yeah.
That's the point at which I was like, right, I'm getting you.
This is Joe's fault, though. So the challenge was
Joe's fault.
You need to do a 10-minute dead hang, which is like
It's impossible.
10 minutes?
Yeah.
Really?
With a so from a
Alex
from a
Honnold
bar,
or something.
just hold your body weight from a bar for 10 minutes. And he was like, I can't do 10 minutes. I was like, yeah. So whatever time is remaining, you have to do in the ice bath. So if you do 10 minutes, you've got no ice bath.
Right.
Knowing
That's a great
full
challenge,
well
like.
that he can't do 10 minutes or
So
anywhere near that.
So I think I managed maybe 2 minutes.
1 minute 56 or something
Really?
it was.
Yeah. So then, as I'm going to get ready to go in the ice bath, he was like, "You're gonna do this in one." Bear in mind, the ice bath was at 3 degrees at this point.
Yeah.
And I was like, the longest I've been in's 5 minutes. 8 minutes, a long stint. But as I'm in, he was like, "Are you going to be a man or a mouse?" Or it was just some little comment like that. And I was in, I was like, so I was like, right, I'm going to stay in. So I stayed in the ice bath, got out,
Like a champ, like to be fair.
felt sound for all of about 10 seconds, and then just started shivering like I am now.
Yeah.
But like in my core, I was like, oh, I fucked up here.
Yeah.
I could die.
Yeah.
So I just ran straight to the showers. I was in the shower for half an hour trying to
Yeah,
warm
20,
up.
30 minutes. Like one of the coaches literally went in and checked on him because he was in a bad way. Like,
Yeah.
Did you feel any guilt at that point where you're like,
pushed it
nah,
a
to be
little
fair, no. I think it was a little bit. I've done worse
And do you
things
know,
to be fair.
I'm not even angry about it, because what I got you back with was
So then
stroke of genius.
some of the other challenges, like he was like, oh, I've got like a Spartan 300 challenge. I was like, all right. And so basically the sled at 100 kilo, do 100 lengths, which is a 10-meter length. So that's a kilometre. And then you've got to do the same thing, but with 25 kilo barbell on your back. And then you've got to do the same thing for burpee broad jumps. So that's 3 kilometres. It took me
Right.
3 hours. And then the very next day,
So Steve said, "Oh, we need to think of a." So you know when we do the conditioning workouts,
Yeah.
everybody's got to run at the post box and back,
just 500 metres.
and everybody gets sick of that run because it's like it's not a very
Monotonous.
nice run. You're just seeing vehicles. We're in an industrial estate. It's not pretty.
Yeah.
And Steve was like, "We need to come up with something else that's demoralising that run." Light bulb. I was like, what if he had to do a marathon, but he could only run to the post box and back?
That's
So
awful.
can you imagine running?
Isn't it?
Yeah.
brilliant?
So I was like, I'm gonna have to mix it up and like change like which side of the road I'm on. He was like, no.
You're not allowed.
Stay on the same side of the road.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
So it took
allowed.
me like 4.5 hours. My
Really?
Strava's literally just a big fuzzy orange line.
And he kept coming back in the gym, and I was just chilling by the counter because I said I'd made him food, and his face just so angry.
I can't believe you actually stuck at it.
I'm amazed you didn't have a crowd outside.
The thing
No,
you-
so in my mind, I was like, Joel, come join us for like 10, like 10
Yeah.
Somebody will come and jump in. Not a single person jumped into a single one. It was 81 times.
81 times.
But prior to this, do you know what he made me do? So have you heard the David Goggins challenge of running 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours?
yeah.
Lisa
That was
had
the
it.
challenge.
That was the challenge, but Lisa had a C-section booked a week later. So the last thing and we had a 18-month-old. So the last thing that I was doing at 2 o'clock in the morning was going out for 4 miles. She would have killed us. She was like, "Oh well, you've just got to do 50 miles." Or was it 52?
Well, it's technically 48 miles in total, but I was like, you may as well do 50.
Yeah.
50
Round
miles
it up. You got
in,
round
round
it
it
up,
up,
Steve,
yeah.
aren't I? Are we?
in 2 days.
Yeah.
But the day before, he made us do a pro high rocks. So I did a pro high rocks by myself with
Taylor Swift on.
only allowed Taylor Swift on. So I did the pro high rocks with only Taylor Swift
It's the
on.
ultimate torture.
Yeah, it was awful. And then he was like, "Right, go and run 50 miles." So me and I was like, "All right, this is going to be bad, but it's not that bad."
Yeah.
Turns out, if you've not done any training for like an ultra marathon and then you just decide to go and do one after doing a pro high rocks, it's really hard. Like.
Yeah.
So you did 30 mile on the Thursday and then 20 mile on the Friday. But then you were off the week after, and that's when...
That was when Ruben was born.
Yeah.
Really? Aye.
So-
Time that right.
That's when I had like the 300 challenge, the marathon, and then the end of my week was I had to do a 16 bar rap.
No, it was originally I said I just wanted some poetry first. Or
Yeah, some
Right.
slam
That's
poetry.
some approach,
slam poetry I wanted, and then it turned into actually, what about a rap?
And then it was while you were doing, you said
What's
while
harder?
you were doing your 30 miler,
Yeah.
in his head he was just thinking, I'm get him back. So he went on Amazon, spent about 100 quid, right, on an outfit, which was really tight, skinny jeans, barely could get into, a big goth chain. Like that.
Yeah. I even like when I was buying the jeans, I was like looking at the sizes. I was like, realistically, what's the smallest pair that you'll be able to get into?
But still fit in them though.
Yeah.
And a flame shirt to like top it off. So I had like this baggy shirt with flames up it, and I had to do a rap wearing
I can't
that.
believe that's where this conversation started. The rap video.
What was the brief of the rap? Did you give him like a theme?
He gave
Was it
me
just
topics
free
I had
rein?
to cover. It was one where I had an
Probably
allocation.
well thought out. This, like,
I had to mention Taylor Swift. Yeah, he's
You had to.
everywhere.
Well, it was actually 50 mile to like just ponder.
I mentioned Taylor Swift and an altercation that I had with a lad. But I kind of ran with it. I was like, do you know what it is?
I tell you what, it's the passion that you enter that rap with, and like you go for it. I nothing but admiration, but also I can't watch it.
Is it on social media?
It's on social media, yeah.
So it's a kind of it's a rap based on a Taylor Swift breakup through a
But it's
conversation you had.
Is it?
It's 50 Cent.
Every time, put it this way, every time the real song comes on, I love the song. I've just got to skip.
You can't, yeah.
Just got to skip.
You
it.
can't
Can't listen to the song
associate
anymore.
it. I know.
Does he?
Just see Steve.
So that kind of worked in your advantage, didn't it?
Yeah,
Do you know
you
what I mean?
won.
So he can't listen to a song because of your rap.
But that video's
And you
up
set
there.
it up.
That video's up there forever.
How long was it? How long was the rap for?
Oh, it's
Much
about
longer
2.5
than 16
minutes.
bars.
Put lyrics to it and everything. I downloaded a teleprompter app, paid for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's
When's the album coming out?
Something that I've got to ask you now, though,
this? It should be
because
like
I
a
know
book.
that you pay for premium ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Did ChatGPT help you?
No. I wrote that
That
myself.
was Solo Steve.
Oh, I've probably still got the lyrics on my phone.
That's
come on,
unbelievable.
you've got to give us a
Come
couple,
on,
man.
give us a few bars.
Give you a
Steve.
few bars.
Can I
Honestly,
go watch
just
the
for
hacker
you.
while it's
For you, Joe.
Right.
We'll try and get it on beat with a hacker song.
Yeah. Joe, how far do you get through the video? If you watch it?
like 10, 20 seconds. He uploaded it while I was at home with me missus, and I like play on the video, and I put it across to her because I couldn't watch it anymore. And she was like, turn it off.
Yeah.
You found them?
Have you got it there? Have you? It hasn't
can't
got
find
music
the
on because
lyrics.
I make a poll on YouTube for
I-
having music on.
Give us a couple of lyrics.
We'll be able to
Let's
tag
go for
the
it.
link.
Yeah.
We'll put the
Yeah.
link in this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can
Well,
upload
mate,
it.
we've got to hear something though,
my
Steve, because
God.
we're live, eh?
I
Pressure, mate.
I don't think I've
You're
got it.
fine.
I think I've obviously, in a moment of shame,
Delete
delete
it.
All right,
it.
well, at the top of your head, you must remember 2 lines.
I'm going to check the teleprompter app, see if it's out. Sorry, bear with me.
Are you still paying monthly for this?
I think I paid for just the top version of
Did
that.
this
but
not
it's a one-off.
spark a hobby?
Oh, here we
You
go.
guy will go,
Oh,
Yeah.
I've got the lyrics.
My word, yeah.
So we won't say no to sponsorship
Ooh.
from Taylor Swift or 50 Cent.
Well,
you know.
no, definitely. That's a good combo.
Oh my God, I just realised I've got to do this a cappella.
I'm going to try and give you a beat.
Yeah,
Give me
try
a
and give
beat.
you a beat.
That's our cost.
Stacking me
It's the first time.
immediately stop
It's a
that.
podcast first, this,
50
by the
cents
way.
rolling into his ear,
We ready?
Not even dead. Yeah.
Yeah, I hit the gym. It's my daily grind. Weights clanking, rhythm in my mind. Taylor Swift, I'm blessed. Hearts on fire. Shake it off, pumping, taking me higher.
I'm glad
Mate,
that
I
it
could be an
glad
MC.
that ended when it couldn't be an MC.
I thought you were going to finish that one, Steve. That was good.
Oh, I can give you the full
No, I
version.
can't.
So that was 4 lines, yeah.
Do you know what they're doing this year? Do you know for the Movember, this is what they were doing. They were like, that's too easy.
It's
All
like
of this
Jackass versus Jim, isn't it?
but it is, but it's like, that's too easy. So what you doing this year?
So we thought, we need to keep the challenges going, because not only did we enjoy doing it, like
We got good engagement,
the
like, we really
social
did.
media engagement was insane. So we're like, we need to keep doing this. So we've both done a little bit of jiu-jitsu. So I had the thought of, we'll both try and get our blue belts. That's like a challenge. We'll try and do a handstand walk, a muscle up. Those have fell by the wayside. As soon as I said we should get our blue belts, we were like, why don't we fight? at the end of the year. So
Train for a year.
So we're both training at different gyms at the minute.
And the idea was we'll just have a fight in the gym. We'll probably be able to sell tickets. We'll make like some money for charity or something like that.
Then I train at Exile, which is Cal Elnor's gym, who I've known since I was like 16. So I told him that was my idea, and he was like, "Well, why don't I put it on my show?" So he's got a show called Submission Series that is put out on like pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Like sells out everywhere it goes. There'll be walkout music. So it's like a proper event.
Sure.
And he was like, "I'll put you on as like the headline and show in December at the Point."
So like normal Movember people grow a mustache. Do you know what I mean? These fellas are training for a full year and going to fight. Proper show with
like,
walkout music and that. Do you know what I mean?
It's like taking over both of our lives. Like,
yeah, completely.
Have you ever done anything like it before?
We've done competitions before.
Like, but fighting each other?
Oh, I've never had I've had jiu-jitsu competition fights.
Yeah.
So have you?
Well, I've just had a jiu-jitsu competition this year, but that was the first one I've ever done.
First one, but tell that story as well, Joe, because I saw you a few weeks and I was like, "Oh, nice one, Joe. Well done." Right? Get this right. Just to prep himself, so when he walks into competition, he knows what it's like when there's people watching you. So, and what happened?
So I won both. I only had 2 matches, but I won both matches. First one by points, second one by armbar. But like I thought the nerves would be very like I've played rugby at quite a decent level, and I thought the nerves would be similar to one of like my higher level games. It's not comparable because when you play in rugby, there's 14 other people around you.
Yeah.
When you're doing jiu-jitsu, there's nobody else there. There's just you. I'd say, all right, off you go. So like it is a little bit of fear and nerves. It's completely different. And then that's going to be times 10 because there's going to be everybody from the gym there.
Yeah.
Then it's going to be live streamed.
In front of your mum, you're going to get choked out.
I'm going to choke you out in front of your mum. That's probably the worst sentence ever said.
Motivation to train, obviously not to be choked out in front of me ma
is up there.
Yeah.
You can do one of those FaceTimes where you slag each other off and all that.
Oh, I think we should definitely do that at press conference.
The thing is we've tried to, but Steve is so rigid when it comes to giving grief in that environment that he just... I
was like, all I heard was, Joe's going to do this just so he gets used to a competition. And then I scroll on Instagram, here he is, podium, got gold. Do you know what I mean? Been training for 3 months, gets gold. Unbelievable.
But
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Anything that I do that I decide to do, like, I'm all in. Like, Steve's very much the same as well.
I think, like...
So that's why it's going to be good.
Yeah. I mean, but the thing is, you're putting yourselves out there and you're doing everything, and also you've created a community, because I want to jump onto that as well. What you've done, you've transformed the full gym, you've done it from scratch, from nothing. You've just kind of leaned into it and went with what's working, but from the heart kind of thing.
Where did that come from though? Where, like pre-gym?
So I was an electrician before the gym.
Right.
And I was basically pretty successful as an electrician, earning decent money, but I just wasn't happy. Like one of the last jobs that I did, I was like grinding my teeth on a night time.
Yeah, but were you still into fitness and that then though? So like,
massively, always throughout my life. So then decided that I was going to switch careers. Did that, but it's like I really enjoyed the community side of it, because when I first started, I had a unit that I only get 8 people in, and most of the people who trained were my mates.
Yeah.
Or like people who had a bit of sympathy, because there was, he's set up a gym and there's nobody training there. I would turn up some mornings, then 1 or 2 people would turn up.
Yeah.
Like that's what it was like at the start. I remember coming home to Lisa like, I think I'm gonna have to get a job. I've made a mistake here.
Yeah.
And then it's grown very naturally through friends of friends signing up. So there was already that community aspect there. And then when I moved to the bigger unit, it had been a gym before, and quite a few of the members stayed. So there was already that little community, plus what I'd taken over. So it felt natural to try and do community-based events, because everybody was friends anyway. Everybody was doing stuff with each other outside of the gym. So why not just do it as a monthly thing.
Yeah,
I know Steve from the gym where it was before, when Richie had it.
Yeah.
But Richie, for me, Richie did a really good job in setting it up as a community-based for people, and that's what I loved about it. Mm-hmm. And when I heard, Richie's kind of, handing everything over, I thought, well, what's going to happen to the gym and who's going to run it? And then he mentioned Joe, and I'm just saying Joe, because you used to like stretch all the way over on your knees. I'm like, oh, what's this guy doing? And now he's hitting the bag. I'm like, well, and you just do like,
like in gym jealousy and that.
No, it's like, but you get that kind of that gym nod. You like that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you train hard. And you don't talk to each other. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them things.
I'd never ever supported Dan, but quite a few times I'd seen, because Dan trains like an absolute savage, quite a few times I'd seen him thinking, he's going for it there. So he'd get the little...
You get the nod. Yeah. It's like when you get in motorbikers, just do the nod.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like one of them sort of things, So I was like, the gym's going to change over hands. And then I went in, like, because you moved in, and I went down just to chat with Joe and go, what you doing with the gym?
Yeah.
It's the only time you feel like, I was like a job interview. I felt like I'm going in, I'm selling myself. Am I good enough? What's Joe doing with the place? What's he doing with the membership and all that kind of stuff? And within like the space of a few months, the place, you'd shaped it, better. I mean, Richie would probably agree with this. Just you've got it down precision now. You've utilised the space so much better. You've built a community. Every gym member's got the photo on the wall, and it does feel like he's created this community.
Yeah.
So Richie's handed off the baton. So I take my hat off to Joe for doing the same thing, because sometimes gyms just get bodies in. That's not what you're doing. And you go in, everyone's talking, chatting, having coffee, and it's such a nice, relaxed atmosphere. Yeah. But you can have a laugh, but you train hard, and the graft that everybody puts in, everyone in there's savages, absolutely everybody.
I think what you've said there as well, like I think I've spoke to other members as well. Like you say, I was in that space years ago, and I've spoke to members who like still like yourself, and they've said like they were a little bit wary about like what's it going to be like, and some of them had even like left before Joe even got a chance to like land, but have since come back, some of them as well. But I think, again, it can seem a little bit like change is weird, isn't it?
Yeah. People don't like change.
Especially when people get used to a certain community and think
it's like that's their space kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I've seen people outside who haven't come back. I'm like, you got to come back. Seriously. It's better than it's ever been.
Credit to Richie, like he'd created that community and I'd trained there.
Yeah.
And all I've done is basically carry on what he'd started and then like put my own little spin on it. But I trained in that gym, and I've trained at loads of different gyms. And that gym just felt like home as soon as you went in. Yeah. It was really easy. Yeah. There was no judgment, no egos. That's what you want, really.
But I mean, that's why
anybody being able to come in and train.
Completely. I mean, I love it. It feels familiar. It feels like home. I can come in. I can have a laugh. Sometimes you go in, you just put your headphones on. You know what I mean? When it depends on what mindset you're in when you come in on the day. But it just feels like you can walk in and everyone says all right. Everybody. There's pockets who train, but everyone does say all right. I don't know half the people. You still get a morning all right. Yeah. I'm like, I never sport you.
That's what I like about the events as well. Like we're trying to run like one minimum a month, like two most months, and I think it's for a little bit of that where like you might not necessarily know people, but I think even if you come in to watch one of the events, like we ran a fitness event in house, and so many people took part, but so many more people turned up like support and watch, and I think like to be able to integrate, because you train in the morning, you might never ever see some of the members who train in the evening, but I think when you come to the events and like you see like this is a even bigger community than you actually even realise.
But you're taking it outside as well. You're doing like run clubs. You're doing as local businesses. We're going to do something as well with one of the markets. So
that's something, well, it's obviously small local business. And I often think like I understand what it means now to run a small local business. So anything where I can like jump on and support somebody else's local business that I like, why would you not want to do that and put money in their pocket as well and like champion their business? Yeah. So we do loads of stuff with like Wildfire, because that's my friend's business. Port of Call. We're trying to keep it within the community, similar to what you do with Local Heroes.
Yeah. But I think that's why I want to get you on. Obviously, I'm just like, that's who you are. Literally on the wall there. That's who you fellas are. Do you know what I mean? and that's what we want to shout about.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not just about food and drink, it's about lots of different people, everybody in the community, but you're not forcing it, you're just doing it because you want to do it, and that's what we're doing. You know?
Yeah, well, a lot of the stuff is, it's not really planned. It's like, oh, what do you want to do this month?
Aye.
Yeah. I think when it's like a big event, like say the fitness event,
Big
or
events are planned.
stuff like that, I think the run clubs and stuff, they're normally pretty simple like to set up and get organised.
The run clubs, if you message most businesses and be like, look, we're going to bring people down about 9 o'clock, they'll put an order in, you're going to get however much money, and then we'll come back and eat your food. It's like, all right, Sam.
Yeah.
There's going to be between 20 and 40 people turn up. Like,
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. It puts eyes on the business as well, doesn't it? So yeah, it brings everyone together. It just looks like you're having a good time, even though you're running. You know, you're doing something hard, but you never shy away from the graft. You two train with the groups for all the sessions as well, and you have to put yourself in there because you can't write that thing on the board. You can't write that session unless you've done that session.
Yeah.
So yeah, and you've put me through my paces, and I've trained with you before as well. So we all know it takes some effort.
Yeah.
Right.
I think you can't make people do something that you're not willing to do yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's throughout all of life. Anything that you ask people to do as a leader, you should also be willing to do.
Yeah.
So when we write Minging sessions on the board, just know. And sometimes
Minging sessions.
Sometimes we'll write them down. You look at them and you're like, it's not that bad. That. And about 20 minutes in, you see people literally dying, and you're like, oh shit, maybe put a bit too much in this.
Because you were writing one up, and you were like, I was like, oh, what you doing this? I'll jump in with you. We'll just go through it together, and we just did the thing together. I can't remember what it was, but it was all right. You kind of I asked Steve once. I was like, I don't want to join the sessions because I don't want like an old man who can't handle it. Do you know what I mean?
I was going to ask that though. Do you get many people push back, or do you get many people that come to your gym who are completely new? Or
Complete mix. I think it is. I think
you can
get
see
people
though, can't you?
Yeah.
But as long as you turn up.
But
I love that though. I love the mix.
yeah.
and sometimes like as a coach, like I'm going to use that example that Dan's mentioned there about he asks like he doesn't want to do a session, feel like he's being like he's holding back or anything like that, or like that he can't like keep up kind of thing. And like that's, as a coach, trying to read that, like I know how hard Dan can train, like he knows, but for some reason something's telling him that he doesn't think he'd be okay.
Yeah.
So we did like a 1-to-1 kind of in mid. You absolutely smashed it, but again, as a coach, that you've almost got to read that for the individuals in the session. So who do you get in? Like it's a complete mixed bag, and I think part of the skill as a coach is like trying to read the room and kind of go, right, how hard can I push this individual, or can I get this individual, or do I pair these two together for X? Do you know what I mean? And
make it so that people still, although the sessions are hard, that it's still enjoyable.
Yeah,
because you don't want to just,
of course.
Well, it's the confidence thing, isn't it? It's the imposter syndrome that people have, and
Joe, your sessions though. But yeah, absolutely. I think confidence comes into it, and I think a lot, like even you use Dan as an example, who's quite confidently headphones in, do his own thing, knows what he's doing. But again, like there's always still that little draw of like, what can I kind of do it? And until you've like, the conditioned sessions are going to be tough in anyway, like especially if they're like an anaerobic, like high heart rate kind of pushing it. When you initially do them, they're gonna feel really hard, but to get better, you kind of keep going,
break through
and then it's probably like even some people, like not to name anyone, but will kind of then see their scores on the board at the end of the day and be like, oh wow, I'm actually like near the top now, and they might have been that same individual 3 months ago who I don't know if I can do these sessions because I'm not fit enough, and it just continually putting the work in, and that. It's really cliche, but it's like it's the journey, not necessarily the end. But I think when you've worked with them and managed them and try to get them through that, and then when they get into that point and seeing it for themselves, you kind of stand as a coach, and there's a really like sense of pride.
Especially you'll get some people who haven't trained in 10 years, some people who've never trained before, and then now we've got people who do those conditioning sessions who are top of the food chain, like savages. And they'd never done anything before. Yeah. And if you'd have told them when they first started, listen, in a few months' time, this is where you're going to be, they probably wouldn't have believed you.
Yeah, they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because when you're training and you see the sessions going on, you know the basic sessions, but it's just nice. You stand back and watch because I'm like, what they're doing today, I'm intrigued because then I can implement some of that stuff in with my training sessions when I'm doing it on my own. But I just like watching people because there's nowhere to hide. That's the thing.
No.
There is nowhere to hide. You're in the middle of the gym.
Yeah.
Eyes are on you.
Yeah.
That's it. You just got to do the work until it's over. But that's it, though.
Yeah.
You do the work until it's over.
Like if you're thinking of it like you're in the middle of the gym, like eyes are on, you've got to perform.
Yeah.
I always find like it's a bit of a. I think when people see me going through a workout, people lapping it up, but I think that's because the shoe's on the other.
Yeah, they just want to say you suffer, Steve, don't they?
People love to see me suffer, I think.
And I think sometimes there is like, I love it when there's little arguments. Like in the session, like, oh, you're making us do that? No, it's too hard, that. Or alternatively, Steve telling people to lift, no, you need the full weight on there. And the push back, but then they always end up doing it, don't they? Like, it doesn't matter how much they protest or argue, they always end up doing it anyway. It just adds to their...
Yeah.
One thing you should never do, though, Steve, I've learnt this, right? One thing you should never do is go, is that the only weight you're putting on there?
Well, that came from your mouth, didn't
Oh,
it?
yeah. Yeah, I shouldn't have said that. Because but then I corrected myself within like a 30-second space of saying that, right? I came out my mouth, I'm like, oh, no, right? Because he knows that by the time you get to 20 minutes in, that's going to be a struggle because of the other 8 things you're doing off the back of that, right? So never, ever do that again.
No, that's
and I've learned from the
invitation
mistakes.
for a coach to be like, all right, is that right?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Because I know
Is this all we're doing?
Yeah.
All right.
Steve has done that before, and he went, all right, okay, Dan. Do you know what I mean? And then you're in a world of hurt.
Invite an opportunity for me to like get creative there.
Inviting one-way ticket to the pain cave there.
Oh, well, I mean, it's what? Yeah. Plus, you can't find your way out. That's a problem. Right. I just call it white noise. You know what I mean? White noise. Because all you want to do is just breathe. You can't get any more air into your body, and you can't see anything but fog. That's the white noise for me. But you feel so good after it, though.
Yeah.
That's the point in it.
Do you know what it is? Like something I'd like just again sounds really cheesy and cliche, but love about the gym. It's like it takes hard work. Like there's nobody can do it for you. Like you've got to put yourself in that position. You've got to do that work to reap the benefits and the rewards.
There's no cheating it.
There's no cheating it. Like people can take enhancements and stuff like that, but they've like to get a result. They've still got to put the work in. Like, and I think like everyone's on the same playing field for that. Again, even if you're enhanced or not, you've still got to put the work in. And like that for me is like that process is like what makes it such like a emphatic thing for me personally.
Yeah,
it never gets any easier. We say this all the time. You know, it's like a running joke. This never gets any easier. Do you know what I mean? You say it to somebody, but because you're pushing yourself to another level, and then there's another level, then there's another level. So it's never going to get any easier. Just you're getting fitter, so your level goes up.
Yeah.
That's all it is, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's really humbling when you train with somebody and you're like, all right, you think you're a certain level of fitness. We were talking about this the other day because we were looking at a guy who's running 100 kilometres a day.
Yeah.
Over 100 kilometres a day.
In Australia, so warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aye.
100 kilometres a day. And I was like, this is like, sometimes I think I'm fit. I own a gym, train twice a day, some days. And then you see people like that and you're like, all right, there's another level.
Yeah.
Like,
aye. It's like Thai boxing. You go, how can you do that in like humid conditions?
Yeah.
He's me. I'm putting the fan on the other day.
Yeah.
It's like 16 degrees. I'm hot.
that's something that, like, jiu-jitsu's been great for. Like, I've absolutely never mind this challenge, I've fallen in love with it. Mm-hmm. But like when you first start, it's humbling because you might look at somebody and go like, athletically, I'm much stronger and fitter than you. And then you tap them like five times in one round. It means absolutely nothing.
Yeah. That must be addictive though, is it?
What's addictive is when, say, you've drilling new techniques and then you might try that new technique the next week and it works. And you're like, oh, I've learned something that works.
Open the door.
And it's like, oh, what else is there?
Yeah.
And then it's just a never ending.
Do you know what it is? Like what I like, this is going to sound really weird, but I think I enjoy being not that great at something initially. So that you're like, right, I've got a lot of learning to do here.
Yeah.
Like recently went skiing, like that was the same thing. Just quite happily like bailing or landing on the floor, I'll get stripped up. I'll have another
Really
go.
enjoid watching the videos of you fall off. Like,
there's a highlight of me just
rapping at the same time, hopefully.
rapping at the same time. But I think just just being in a position where, again, you've got a lot of learning or development to go. Because like a big thing for me is that I need to always be moving forward, and it can be anything. Like it can be like something like a sport like that, business, like relationship, whatever like that. To always be trying to move forward and develop. Like that's a big thing for me personally.
And
like,
I think
in life.
most people get good at one thing, and that's the only thing that they'll ever do. That's like, say, it was rugby for me. And then, because I'd not played rugby for so long and I've not done anything really competitive, I'd kind of forgotten how much I enjoyed that side of life. And then I started doing jiu-jitsu again. It was like a different part of my brain lit up. And I was like, oh, I forgot this side of us. And it's brought that back.
I'm sitting here feeling like a fraud. I'm keep nodding, going, yeah. And this time I'm going like, I must go back to the gym.
I imagine there'll be things in your life that you do it with, maybe photography, maybe the podcast, where you'll be trying something new and learning something different.
Yeah.
I think everybody does it, and it doesn't have to be sporty, but I think you should try and be a beginner at something at every stage of your life.
We do it all the time, though. It's just comfort zones. For me, it's just the lack of skill. But you keep doing it, and then you get that skill set. That's it.
Yeah,
everything's just teaching.
Starting the business, I started a business from scratch. So the social media side of it, I didn't have personal social media that was up and running, and I had to learn that side of things. That, to be honest, I never really mastered. You did most of it when you came across, and then now I pay somebody else to do it. Best decision I ever made. But there's that side of it. So you're always a novice in something.
Yeah.
That's great, honestly. Fantastic.
Amazing.
Let's talk about, I want to talk about nutrition. This is a proper fitness kind of thing, because we've never done this before.
Yeah.
Because nutrition's huge. I just thought you had something in your tooth you're kind of picking up. So I thought you were picking like an M&M out your tail. I've got a bit of ham in there.
I love that we're going to start talking about nutrition.
Let's talk about nutrition.
Planning what pie I'm going to eat after this.
But that's the thing, because everyone's like, you're going to get boring talking about this. But we've never had anything fitness talk on this before.
No, and
I'm trying to fly the flag that you can't eat this and you can't eat that, because obviously we've got a massive menu talking about all sorts of food, but just because the way you look doesn't mean to say you don't eat that or you haven't eaten that. So I'm trying to get that across is I was really overweight once, now I'm not, so I understand. I've eaten Greg's, I've eaten all the things, you know what I mean? So
I am, so these are topics.
So these are the topics, but we'll not go on to there yet. I just want to talk about the world of nutrition. It's one of those that you ask any fitness instructor, they just roll the bloody eyes at, because you get asked this every Monday. Oh, I fell off the wagon on Friday. Right, it's the clients, man. You must lose your mind. All right.
Well, Steve is much better at this than I am.
You're a food Nazi, Steve, are you?
I wouldn't say I'm a food Nazi.
He doesn't enjoy food, and I enjoy food.
You don't enjoy food?
You don't enjoy food?
I do enjoy food.
Watch him eat. It is disgusting. Doesn't chew his food. Literally just hong. It's gone.
I was hoping somebody would wheel in a trolley of food now for you just to do a little...
It's honestly to watch.
It just shakes.
I do enjoy food.
Everything just shakes.
I'm just not a foodie. Like,
is it just fuel to you? Like...
Yeah,
I sound like such a robot, man.
You are a robot. Admit it.
But like,
I am robot.
I'm quite happy to eat. I'll quite happily eat the same thing every day, not a problem. And don't get me wrong, like I do, like I'll have a pie from proper and be like, yeah, that's nice. I know, man. You come at me for this all the time. But like in food as well, it's a really bad habit, and I understand like it's bad in terms of like I don't mindfully eat, or like I'm not like thinking food, or I'm really getting nourished by this food. I literally just bang, swallow, like.
It sounds like my son. Yeah. He's like, my son's never out the gym, right? But he's just like, it's fuel. It's in.
Whereas I enjoy food. So how long do you think I was trying to lose weight for before I actually
started?
So is it hard not to eat the wrong things?
So I just really enjoy food, and I've never valued like having an unbelievable physique.
Right.
I had one when I played rugby because I was playing so much.
But is it easy for you, the physique? Because sometimes it's hard for people.
So I found it really difficult. So when I had my jiu-jitsu comp, I competed at 85.5 kilo. So I had to get down to that weight, and I
You
started.
normally walk around at about like low 90s, would you say?
Yeah, so I think when I was 90, 92, 93 when I started, which I'm carrying quite a bit then, but I'm happy with the way that I look because I'll still
enjoy food.
Still can train hard, still can enjoy my food, have a few pints of Guinness on a weekend, eat a bit of cake, bit of chocolate. That's me.
Yeah.
And having to cut all that out.
Yeah.
What was I like that final week?
Yeah, you're
Miserable, snappy, like.
It just
Like me all the time,
like it doesn't have to cut that out. The fact is though, like it's the excess, like that's what it is.
It's and the thing is though, I find it really hard to just have a little bit of the bad thing.
Yeah.
Like, why do I just want one square? I don't want one square of chocolate.
Yeah.
I want the full bar.
Who has one square? You've got to be a lunatic.
That's
No,
So I imagine
No,
you
but-
sitting at home,
No, you
nice
know-
and full and 1 square chocolate.
just snap it all
Knocking in that.
Just a little spotlight.
Saturday night.
Razor blade and kind of just monitor on. You're kind of like a jeweler sitting there, kind
I'll
of
be
cut me
upstairs in
chocolate
2
bar.
hours.
Like, hang on. I'm just chopping it up. I've got to snort this. It's too small. You know? No, I say somebody told me once, like, oh, we can have like a square of chocolate on a night. I'm like, I mean, who has 1 square of chocolate on a night?
Yeah.
I'll just save the full bar for a Saturday.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a much better way of doing things.
It is.
So something that I imagine the Steve was going to say is you can still have your cake and eat it and have balanced nutrition.
On one
and
day.
There's a happy medium, I think, from where I was, what I was doing before, where it was just
Gluttony.
pretty much, yeah. Like if Rosie, who trains at the gym,
Yeah.
often brings cakes in, and they're often unbelievable. Like them double stuffed cookies. Shout out to Rosie. You can bring some more of them in. But I would eat a full one of them, and then afterwards be like, I would eat another one of them.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's no need to do that. You can just
And I'll break one in half. or something like that.
Steve breaks one in half, and then I chastise him, call him an animal. How can you just break it in half and leave half?
Yeah.
But inside I'm going, get in, I've got that other half.
The thing is, I give myself 1 meal a week. It's a cheat meal thing, right? I know it's boring for people here, but tough. This is what we're going to talk
You
about.
had to though. Like that was your.
You have to go, if you're a lunatic with everything. I have to get obsessed with things because I have to be all in like you see, but I have to do that with diet as well.
Yeah.
So like every single day, stay on it constantly. 1 meal, that's
Yeah.
it. Saturday night, and then I'm going in. Do you know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
going in. Hold me beer. I'm going
yeah,
to
one
generate
square
Saturday. No, 1 bar of chocolate on top of the thing, on top of the
Yeah.
other thing. So it's like, if I'm going to do it, I've got to do it right and get it out of the way.
So
You know what I mean?
what I would do is Monday to Thursday
Okay.
would normally be really good. But then Friday, Saturday and Sunday would be terrible. And then I'd jump on the scales on a Monday and Steve would be like, I'd put on weight, be like, well, what have you eaten the weekend? I was like, don't want to talk about what I've eaten on the weekend.
Aye, but you know what? People,
What's that got to do with it?
But then you realise that, and this is what nearly everybody does, is I've been dieting, I've been good, but they've only dieted for 4 days out
Yeah.
of 7.
Yeah.
yeah, but Friday is not a weekend day. Why do people think
it is a
Friday?
weekend day.
It's
It
not.
is.
It's
a weekend day.
you
Listen,
all-
it's
a
Friday
step
today
in.
and I'm getting
You
a
can
pie.
smell it at the door.
And then I might go and get a donut afterwards as well.
I've heard mates of mine
I
going,
think Friday
"Oh,
from 2
yeah.
o'clock. Our class Fridays a weekend.
What's fish and chip Friday or something?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So fish and chip starts and then you're off, you know. But I don't know. But it's for me. I think it's a lot of times it's drinks and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
People consume and that and don't pour it into your calories thing. So are you just counting calories or what? Because we can go down this road, but let's just briefly talk about it.
So
It's important, I
Steve
think.
made us track calories because I thought I'd just do it without because I've done it before.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, nah, I don't have to do that. And he was like, you do. And I hate saying that he was right.
Yeah.
Look, I know he's got this smug little look on his face without even turning my head.
He did a little nod. So yeah.
But he is 100% right. If you don't know what's going in, then you don't know. You've got no
100%.
metric to measure.
So
But
like,
yeah.
you don't have to track. Like you don't have to. Like I don't track, but I think if you were to try and identify where your problem is, not being aware. Like I only eat like 1,500 calories a day. Joe, you eat at least double that, man. Like
Do you think
it's
it's a
just
good
one
way to-
teaspoon of. 1 tablespoon of peanut butter and the tablespoon's
Yeah.
this big.
Totally.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
It's a heat.
But if you've got a problem with it, like I've got to lose 30 kilos, right? I was his size, 15 years ago? And I had an accident, snapped my cruciate, knees completely goosed. I've just gained weight every year. But every single time I go for calorie deficit, I lose weight. Like, and if I watch, if I just
it's science,
track it,
thermodynamics,
movement and calories,
Yeah.
and I see a drop.
Yeah.
Just, you know what I mean? And it's about how you recalibrate your brain into that sort of habit of understanding.
Same
those
as anything,
connections.
though.
You know what I mean?
Just consistency.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing with weight loss, with getting fitter, with getting stronger. It's just consistency and doing the work. If you decide to fuck off for the weekend on any of those things that you're trying to achieve, you're going to step off the track that you're trying to get on.
Everything in life, we said that last week. I said sets and reps, innit?
Yeah, sets and reps, everything in life.
Every single thing. Yeah. But that's it. But it's just, the thing is, you go, I might be looking for you. I've been there. I can show you the pictures. You've seen the pictures. You know what I mean? So it is a science.
I couldn't believe the photo.
We'll follow the formula, but I've done it, been there, so I have a right to see it. Yeah. I've got the stretch marks to prove it. Do you know what I mean? And I put the graft in as well. So, like, what do you want to know?
Yeah.
I know you know quite a lot. Plus, then you get into it, you start reading the science, and then you get boring about it. But like you're saying, Steve, I don't know. I can guess what's on the plate. I can read the calories.
You've almost like earned that right because you've done the sets and reps.
Yeah.
Like you can look at food and kind of go, I'm not being gluttonous normally in any way. Like you build up that, like you can look at a dish of food and be like, right, okay, I'm not being like, overindulgent here. But if you're continually doing that and you're aware of that, but you'll only become aware of that if you identify it. And that's why, like, going back to Joe's example, like why I urged him and got him to track, like create that sense of awareness of like, oh, actually, yeah, Steve, you're right, I was overeating. That's why I'm not dropping weight. Like it makes complete sense. But then now you don't track, like, and that's fine. Like,
no, but I only track for 2-3 weeks because I eat pretty much the same meals every day or slight variations of the same meals. I know what I need to be doing to be in a deficit. Like, I know what I should and shouldn't be eating.
Is this still a thing? Obviously, the fitness industry for the past, since I've been training, I think it's 13 years now. Since then, that's one thing all fitness trainers hate talking about with clients because they all deny it. It's the denial of like
I don't
lying.
Think it's denial,
you know what I mean?
I think just people don't know. Like you
really, lack of knowledge, sort of thing.
Yeah, like it's almost like you can't see the wood through the trees.
So you might. So I would think, oh, I've only had 8 pints at the weekend. What's that in calories?
Yeah.
You don't, unless you track, you don't know. And then you say like, oh, 8 pints is probably like 2,000 calories, and you're like, shit.
An extra day's worth of calories.
Yeah. That's a day. All that deficit that you've put in is just gone in an instant.
Yeah.
What, like add a chocolate bar on top of that, a bag of crisps, bag of scampi fries that you had in the pub. Like it's just gone.
Aye, you can't train that out on a treadmill on a Monday, can you?
No,
it's
you
impossible.
Can't train a bad diet, like you can't.
No, this is something that I thought I could do. Is how train
Even
a bad
you,
diet. Oh
who
yeah,
trains and all.
Yeah.
Like, that's a spot on comment, that actually.
Yeah. But I also think I think deep down I knew that you couldn't do it, but I just wanted to believe that I could do it. Yeah.
I know. I always think of like Matt Fraser as an example. Like he's won the CrossFit Games like 4 times or something like that. And like obviously like peak athlete in his prime as well. He won it one year, and then the next year just went in with the same mindset, got beat, came like second or third or something like that. And the one thing the other guy did that he didn't do was take care of his nutrition. So the very next year he nailed it on his nutrition, and then he won like 2 or 3 years off the bat.
Yeah.
But even like to the elite level, right from the layman, you can't out-train a bad diet. Like
No.
It's one of those that people don't want to hear. It's cheesy. It's all the cliches, but it's true. So, you know.
But going back right to your initial point, like I came off the wagon on coming in on a Monday like that. I think trying to tackle that, like, it can be unique from an individual to individual, but I think a common like kind of course of action is to like, right, let's identify what's currently happening, i.e. for Joe's example, let's track, see what we're kind of currently working with. Let's get everything on the table now. All right, okay, so now what can we manage with that? And let's say it can be different from person to person, and I might address that. So like, Joe, right, instead of your 16 pints on a Saturday night, let's pull that down a little bit.
And
it doesn't have
16 pints.
I said it.
It doesn't have to be completely like drastic. I always think like you can't, same with the training, but training and nutrition, if you expect to come in, right, I'm on a health kick, it's January,
Yeah.
I'm gonna nail it this year, and you flicked it on like a light switch on and off, it's gonna eventually need to be switched off because something will happen in life.
Right.
You need to think of it more of a dimmer switch, I think,
Yeah.
where you're gradually making little tweaks, and then before you know it, you're getting like 8 weeks, 12 weeks down the line, you're like, I don't even think I've changed that much. Like Joe, for instance, I only tracked for 2-3 weeks. He's just dialed it for 2 or 3 weeks. All right, now this is working. Just keep it there, mate. And then your weight's actually coming down.
Yeah, I think
It
that's
works.
probably one of the biggest mistakes that I see people making, and you'll agree with this, is I'm going to train 5 times this week, I'm going to get 10,000 steps in a day, I'm going to eat perfect. But the previous week, they've not done any of those things, and they're trying to implement all of those changes in one go.
Yeah.
You just need to slowly pick away.
It's behavioural change, isn't it? You need to
Yeah.
sort of, it's a transformation over time. You cannot do that just as part of a habit.
It's a lifestyle
You're like
change.
flicking a switch.
Yeah. It's a lifestyle, it's not a diet. That's for me. That's every single per I'm on a diet. Why? What's the point? What you want to lose some weight, go on a beach for 2 weeks and then put the weight on. What's the point? Because you're going to feel like shit, come back. You're going to hate yourself. And what's the point in doing all this work? You're just going to ruin it. It's like, paint the wall. Fuck it, I'm just going to spill mud.
But when
What's the point in that?
it's a culture of extreme, though, isn't it? It's like dry January. And it's like, just try and over time sort out excessive drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
you know what I mean? We've got that as it's not just in the UK. It's a Western thing, isn't it? Like, I'm going to switch this off, and it's an extreme action. I'm going to do it, and it's going to be quick, and I'm going to be at it.
That's it. It's quick.
Fads
People
are-
expect
But then I'm
that
going away on a
instant
stag do next week, and I cannot wait.
Yeah, that's my
You know what it's
favourite.
like?
I'm going away in 2 weeks. How much weight do you think I can lose? Not very
Yeah.
much.
Yeah,
Just stop
gotta
eating.
get down 2 weight sizes
Yeah.
in 2
Yeah.
weeks.
Eat a tin of tuna and have an apple like you did on the machinist. That's what you do, don't you?
Yeah.
And you end up looking like you're going to die, which you nearly did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
On
did.
that
Yeah,
film,
yeah.
right? So, on that note, let's talk about food. Since Steve's a food robot, right?
Yeah.
What's your favourite meal, Steve?
Oh, God.
Food robot.
Chicken,
gonna go with the titles.
chicken and vegetables, fish and a rice cake. Come on.
Corn cake.
But, like, honestly, at the minute, it's like just me Greek yogurt and me mixed berries.
Yeah.
To be fair, that is for anybody who's not
Is that
had
your
it.
go-to? Is it, Steve? That you
Greek
kind of
yogurt,
you look forward
right.
to? Yeah?
So, Greek yogurt, mixed berries. So, like strawberries, blackberries, blueberries,
Well, the blackberry.
raspberries. Good stuff. A little bit of granola, a little bit of honey.
Bit of crunch.
Yeah, a little bit of texture
Yeah,
in it.
and you can vajazzle it up however you want.
Yeah.
Like you can really.
Vajazzle my yogurt.
So, meringue.
yeast thing.
Meringue.
Do you know what vajazzle means? Because you see, we've just said that. Everybody knows what it means except you.
Just jazzle.
You know what vajazzle is.
I know.
Yeah. Apparently, yogurt is good for that. Like, yeah, for a yeast
Maybe
infection.
used it in the wrong context.
Take that.
Is that where we're going? You're not gonna be able to eat that tomorrow.
It's my favourite meal. Like.
Yeah, wrong
Ruined in
context.
one
I'm sorry, it's
pod.
going to sneak into the title of the podcast now.
Vajazzle.
That's gonna-
Yeah.
Wrong
Vajazzle my
context.
gym.
But
Vajazzle your yogurt.
Vajazzle your yogurt. You can
I'm just saying the pod got gems on it. Not now. I've got an idea. Isn't it? Yeah.
still trying to talk about the meringue that I put on it.
Give up, mate. What's your favourite meal? I'm going to change the subject.
My favourite meal.
Oh.
Honestly, I would sit here.
Yeah.
Like, how many times do you catch me talking with
Oh, every single session, mate.
clients about, what did you have for tea last night? I love food. I couldn't pick a single meal that's my favourite.
I can't.
Right.
I can't. I shift.
I tell you what, Steve. This is a good
Yeah,
one.
I was just about to say, let's pluck some.
Because we could plug it in there. Because you've gone on that route, Joe. Top 3 then.
Oh, top 3 foods.
That's top 3 foods. Let's go. Then it will give you some choice here.
So straight away, I'm going for a curry.
Curry.
Yeah.
Number 1, yeah.
And I'm having like the full 5 courses, poppadoms.
Yeah.
Mate, just top
starter.
3. Just didn't give us.
No.
No, I'm happy.
It's
Me,
all-
I want to know.
Let's-
I want to know what your 5
Mate,
courses
you
are.
don't know what
top
he's like
three.
when he comes to food.
So,
like he'll be here 20 minutes talking about
It's
this.
like-
That's the point.
I'm going to Uvrage. I'm gonna have 8 beers with me curry.
Yeah.
I'm starting with poppadoms, lime pickle, mango
Nice.
chutney that
Yeah.
works.
All right, I'm in.
Mixed kebab starter, so we've got an array of different meats, maybe an onion bhaji.
Right.
Love that.
Main, I'm going chicken tikka pathia, or alternatively, maybe if they've got something off the bone, I'm going for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fancy place egg, won't I?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Vegetable rice, or like if they've got a tikka pilau, I'm in
I
for
like
that.
a tikka pilau.
Garlic naan, just plain and simple.
I like a keema now and again.
Keema's good. Yeah.
It depends. Sometimes I get the keema wrong, though. Do you know what I mean? It's sometimes it's like
Patchy.
Checked out this
Like,
conversation.
See, this is like
red
for
or
me.
something, but yeah.
I do a full hour on this.
I'm in with the garlic naan. What I can't get is how the hell do you fit 8 pints in with all that? Because for me,
So you've
drinking
got-
alcohol and eating food, I don't
He's
think
not
they mix.
for the
They
first
don't
twos
mix.
in 15
strategic.
minutes.
Aye.
So you need to get the first like 2 to 4 in before you start us there.
Well, you're fasting all day or something, or what? What's happening, Adrian?
What before
No,
this?
no,
Like,
Yeah,
no,
I mean, when you're going to
I
put
would,
this?
I would go and I'd have proper now, and then tonight go for a curry with Lisa and
Yeah.
quite happily do this.
Really?
Oh, easy.
This is just like, I
Yeah, I'm
tag it
telling
well,
on.
I-
you, the guy's a glutton, man.
I would
if he
do.
didn't do what he does physically,
Genuinely, I have done that thousands of times, and then trained really hard on the Saturday
Really?
and thought, oh, I've sweated that out.
Sweat it out. Are you not like 3 trips to the toilet as well, or not?
I mean, there's probably some toilet trips going on there, depending on how spicy the pathia is.
Depends how spicy. I heard a top tip on a podcast the other day, right? And he got it from an Indian restaurant owner,
Come on.
putting wet wipes in the fridge.
Oh, I've heard that before as well. Yeah,
Yeah,
or a
yeah.
toilet roll in
On
the
a-
fridge.
on-
Or
aye. For a proper spicy curry, wet wipes in the fridge for the day after.
Well, with the 2 kids now, we've got wet wipes that are lavender scented as well.
God, man, honestly,
Them ones would be the ones that are going in the
it's an
fridge.
extravagant household.
Sorry, right? Meal,
Steve's top now, there.
Meal
What,
number
what
2.
meat?
Meal
What meat
number-
with your pathia?
Yeah.
oh, chicken tikka.
Chicken tikka.
So you
Yeah.
go on chicken, yeah? But I haven't, right? So I get the poppadoms and chutneys. You've got to have them. You've got to have them every time you go in, right? But starters, I don't want to be putting too much in because I get to a limit where I cannot
That's
take
because
anymore.
That's because you've got a shrunken stomach, Dan. You need
thought
to
you were about
expand it
column.
over time.
No, but it was
Because you're weak.
Yeah.
You're weak.
I
You're not
thought- I
strong
thought
enough to
about
push
it,
through
but-
the starter.
When he does it, that's
you
like,
just get used to eating that volume of food.
this is like food training, isn't it?
Yeah.
Celebratory
Training for, like,
food.
Yeah.
So you train.
What is he
fitness
celebrating
and
Friday?
Training.
Pretty much,
Yeah,
yeah.
curry.
Life.
Yeah.
Celebrating life and curry.
Yeah.
So you're having a dessert with this as well.
Nah.
Because they're never any good, are they, really? So it's usually
Not
like
from an Indian restaurant. You're never getting a
sorbet or
good
something
dessert.
like that. Or
You're never getting a
coconut
good
ice
dessert.
cream. Yeah.
I would
Maybe a gin and tonic.
Some decent at a decent Indian restaurant, you could get gulab jam in those little bowls
Oh, I've never had that.
and syrup. They're nice.
Say I would maybe gin and tonic to finish.
Yeah,
Okay.
like that.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you've got to have that mint.
shaking his
Wild,
head.
You got to have that, the mint chocolate they give you.
Oh,
with
yeah,
the,
mate,
with
I'm
the
eating
bill.
them.
Yeah. So
And
that's
then
just
the-
You might have
Palace
one each.
Palace
Well, because
cleanser.
normally there's always somebody who's like, "Oh, I'm not having that," so I'll have that one. And I snatch it before they go. Does anybody want that?
So you're walking out all fine. You're not popping a button open or anything like that.
Or when I get home and decide to go to sleep, there's going to be some tossing and turning.
Aye.
It's not a comfortable sleep, that
No.
one.
Yeah.
Stretchy pants.
Aye.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do get the sweats off
And
that. Yeah.
I'm picking the right trousers to wear for that event.
You've
I'm
got
not
to.
wearing skinny jeans.
Wow.
You should go in and joggers.
Yeah.
That's the key,
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
an
Go in
event,
and like
isn't
full. Yeah. So So that's number one. So hang on.
I'll agree on it.
We'll get you, Steve. 2 ticks. Right, right. What's number 2?
Number 2, full English breakfast straight
Full
up.
English?
Yeah, bungalow
Right.
calf.
What's on it? Let's go.
Oh, so you bacon, egg, sausage,
Mm-hmm.
classic.
Fried egg.
Beans, fried eggs, plural. Beans, and not in a little
Correction.
tub.
Oh no,
Nah,
it's useless.
hate that. What? Just a spoonful of beans? No, I want loads of beans.
Okay.
White toast buttered,
Yeah,
black
Black
pudding,
pudding.
hash brown, mushrooms if they've got them.
You know what? And you're saying this.
tomatoes.
I wouldn't mind some tomatoes. Yeah, I'm not against them, but I'm not going to be upset if they're not there.
Yeah,
Grilled or tinned?
Oh, like the plum tomatoes. Do you like a plum tomato?
I like
managed to
both.
put on there.
I like
Yeah,
both. Loads of
Gets
brown sauce.
But thing gets a bit wet though. I've had this on with John Curley because we're talking about plum tomato on a plate. Well, that juice
Yeah,
is
but a
gone.
grilled one can as well. Like if it's
Yeah.
not decent tomato.
No, but a grilled, you've got that. So it's got the skin underneath and it'll sit like that. So the juices are staying inside the skin. Unless you crack that skin, it's not moving anywhere.
do crack the
But
skin though, don't you, eventually?
No, but yeah, it's your choice to cut it.
If
it's
you-
not arriving with like juices all over the
If
place.
you're going for that kind of breakfast, though, I'm going knowing I'm spilling some of that sauce down my top. I'm not wearing a white t-shirt.
Right, okay.
Wearing a black t-shirt.
Yeah,
and I'm in. I don't care how sloppy
Do you
it
know what I
is.
think,
Just always another thing, because I was going to say, unless you leave the tomato last, because of the way I eat.
This is also something that it was groundbreaking to me that I found out the other day.
So
If he gets a Sunday dinner, I'll just let him go from there.
If I was eating like a full English, we'll use that example. Like I eat one thing at a time.
Really?
What, you don't like mix and match?
I don't mix
Textures
it.
and flavours.
Like you won't have like
You have to layer.
dip sausage in the egg or
Nah.
No,
You've got to layer,
Didn't do
Steve.
that.
You don't layer.
so you know if he has a Sunday dinner, ask him what he
Should
eats
definitely
first.
sign in green.
So, having a Sunday dinner, like, Sunday lunch. I know I'm gonna go carrots first. Like so, I'll dig for the carrots.
that's
I'll get all the
psychopath, innit?
carrots.
I was
you
going to
eat-
say, I was signing
Hang on.
green on the wall.
I'm going to go.
Psycho. Jeez.
Yeah.
But because I do this with the kids, they tend to eat. They leave the bad thing last. I'm like, you leave the good
No,
thing.
yeah.
The best thing on the plate's got to be
So
last.
no, it's the way that you've got to do it is, and this is the best thing about Sunday dinner or a full English, which is why I've gone for them, is that you get to make your bites up.
Oh,
And
yeah,
each
totally.
bite can be different.
Yeah,
You mix
you're
a bit of mustard on that, maybe just gravy on the next
Yeah.
one,
Yeah. Must
That's where I'm at.
Yeah,
bit of stuffing on with that chicken, like
I'll have to get back to the Sunday dinner because we haven't gone round. I need to get to Steve here. Right. You start with carrots.
So I'll start with carrots. I'll get through all the carrots.
Just done carrots. Is that because it's your worst or your best or what?
I don't know. I just like a carrot.
I like
So you're
carrot.
going for favourites first?
So when you're saying there about like leaving the good thing last, I know like being a kid, my dad used to always leave the meat to last, but I eat the meat first. Like after the carrots, get me carrots in the way first,
course.
then I'll eat the meat. But again, this is going to make me sound even more like a robot because I know like, oh, it's going to kill me even hearing myself say this. But
Go on.
so protein's the most satiating, right? And it takes the most to break down. So while your stomach acid's the most acidic,
as if you're eating
You
a
want the
meal
meat?
with a scientific.
that's why I eat after. Because then you can break it down. You
Like
don't
almost the
want all the
coach.
veg in first.
All right.
Because then
Yeah.
you're going to utilise.
Are you
some of
planning
the
this?
acidity.
But have you got a formula of how you eat? Do you eat the
So you'll see
same?
if I've got a form there, like a little tick.
Formula? No. Have you,
got like
yeah,
a-
but it's kind of almost like does every Sunday dinner have the same routine of how
Well,
you
carrots
eat it?
first, then the meat, yeah. And
Carrots
then
first and the
after
meat.
that,
Then what
it's-
else? What's on
If
it?
there was no carrots, would you eat?
Gonna
Meat
merge this
first.
hierarchy of the plate.
This plate hierarchy.
Plate hierarchy,
hierarchy.
merchandise.
But
That's it.
yeah.
Log that.
I'm trying to think about what I would do for
So carrots,
Even
meat. Then
French.
what else is on?
mashed tatty gets done in.
Okay.
Leave the Yorkshire last.
Would you not?
Yorkshire last, aye? Is there a good gravy on as well, or no? You do a gravy or not gravy?
Probably eats his dinner with no gravy. This savage. Oh, he does have gravy.
So,
Dry, please. Dry,
many years,
please.
like, I used to like literally when I again at home would say like I'd have my dinner dry.
You know what? Yeah. I'll tell you what, Steve.
If it comes with gravy on, I'm eating it with gravy on. I'm not going to kick up a fuss.
Right.
But I mean, if there's a
But have
gravy,
you
not
taken
gonna kick up a
offence?
fuss.
Have you taken offence if it arrives with gravy on?
no,
Like,
like,
what
I
the
didn't
fuck's
mind if
this?
it's got gravy on. But I mean, like,
So do you know who
quite
else is
happy
with
to
you
try.
on that? My two brothers don't have gravy on the dinner.
No.
And every time they do it, I'm like, it annoys us, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't have to worry about how much gravy I'm pouring on my
They don't
mate.
have
It
any
doesn't have to
moisture
go
at
around.
all on that plate.
No sauce, but it means I get all of the gravy.
Sometimes the kids aren't that bothered, and I'm like, it's strange for kids not to be bothered about gravy, but because of me being a lunatic, right? I'm a dry
put it on
plate,
with the-
Steve.
Oh, yeah.
No, two of you in one room.
Dry plate, Steve. You're the only time. You know the only time I have gravy, Christmas Day. You know the only time I have potatoes in Yorkshire, Christmas Day.
Really?
What, you only have potatoes once a year?
Once a year, mate.
See, it didn't used to be a
Hey,
big
Joe,
fan of
just
roasties.
keep your eyes
No,
open for the
no.
invite for some little
Green,
dance.
green. That's how I'm writing. Green.
You sit on Christmas Day with like a pipette with a tiny drop of gravy in the side.
Oh no, it's out the window. Christmas Day, you know, the kind of
You're drinking it.
No, you know the roll board. You just turn it around on Christmas Day. You're like, right, you go all in. So you're getting pigs in blankets. You're getting Yorkshires, half to half roast potatoes.
Yeah, but when
Yeah,
you say going
and then-
all in,
but that's me.
what's your version of going all in on Christmas Day?
Plate about that
I like-
big by the sounds of it.
What, do you have one potato? Or are you measuring potatoes? Are you?
Just because I don't want to eat too much because I want to get dessert in because I can't. I know I'm going
always
to.
think
What are you
Christmas
having for
Day.
dessert?
Um,
I'm judging you.
Christmas
Christmas
Day.
Day.
On
Yeah.
Christmas Day, I want to because
Christmas
Christmas
Day.
Day is different. I clean it up during the year,
Right.
and then Christmas Day, like a cheesecake, like a New York white chocolate
Yeah,
cheesecake.
classic.
Nice.
I like it.
I've made a white chocolate cheesecake before. 4 bars of green and blacks. Phenomenal.
Sounds good.
The most expensive thing you're gonna make, but you can taste that white chocolate coming
See,
through.
I don't care about paying for food. Indulgence is the key. I've not even spoken about my sweet tooth yet. I would pick 3 top desserts off the top of my head.
we'll get to it. I mean, we're kind of back and forth. So, I need to finish what Steve's having on his Sunday dinner. Right? So he's going carrots.
That's it now.
No, he's going carrots. He's going meat. He's smashing his mash, right?
Broccoli,
and then
probably. Yeah.
Are you a sprout guy?
I do like sprouts, but they don't normally come unless it's like Christmas.
Aye, peas.
Mushy peas. My sister
Mushy
loves
peas.
mushy peas. Like, I don't mind a mushy
Yeah.
I
pea.
don't mind mushy peas on a Sunday dinner.
Yeah, I don't either.
No.
Yeah, I don't mind. It's nice. It's that texture thing as well.
Yeah.
When
Not
we
a
were,
massive fan of cauliflower. Like,
no,
Cauliflower
That'll-
cheese,
Cauliflower
though.
cheese. Oh.
nah, I kind of get away with that. Like, I don't know how people do that.
No, it's disgusting, Steve.
It's vile, isn't it?
Vile, isn't it? Aye.
What?
Vile.
What?
Vile, aye. Say I'm with him. I'm leaning in. Yeah, vile. Check right.
It is like.
Robot
It's
world.
horrendous.
me daughter loves it. She loves cauliflower cheese.
What else?
Kinda
What else
standard.
typically comes?
You like those
Roasties.
smash robots?
Plus,
of the adverts?
cauliflower cheese and gravy. Are you
Yes.
mental?
I bet you get the
Cheese and
cauliflower
gravy.
cheese right.
Cheese,
Think about it.
cheese
Think
with
about it.
gravy.
Cheese and
Look
gravy.
at
That's
it.
disgusting.
Talk about mixing
It
the
works.
textures together.
Doesn't
It works.
It
But does
works.
it sound
Again,
wrong?
Totally works.
again, I'm making that bite.
You're
Little
crossing
bit
the
of
streams.
little bit of
Yeah,
mustard.
mate.
If you get your cheese sauce right, then it shouldn't be a problem.
Well, this is where I've got an issue with beans and tomatoes on the plate as well. Do you know what I mean? You're getting there's 2 worlds of wet going into each other. I cannot handle that. like.
2 worlds of wet.
2 worlds of wet.
The
wrong with that?
tomato sauce.
Don't like 2
so-
worlds of wet. You choose one.
No, you don't.
You choose one.
Now you can have a toast partition on the
Ketchup.
plate.
It's like ketchup. If you have
Toast
ketchup,
parts.
right? If you have
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Or
Like,
it's just a
think
little
creatively.
I'm
sausage
jam.
jam.
Sausage jam. The mash wall. You got to build a mash
Yeah,
wall.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mash, yeah.
Wall of mash or a
Sausage
sausage
jam.
I
jam.
want them.
Toast
I want them
partition.
both, so I don't mind them.
No.
It's getting political. This man, isn't it? Now we're going off the rails,
Definitely
ain't
gonna
we?
I've got
building
sketches of
sausage
your brain
stands
already.
next time.
Sausage
All
stand.
full of
Yeah.
juice.
Yeah. Yeah, do you want gravy on? It's not getting past that stuff.
Slow
Right, so. But I think you've
I'm actually serious. You don't do that.
Oh, you double up.
Like
You've
sort
got well now it's getting past the mash, but the sausage is a bit of leakage. There's a leakage in between because you're doing 2 sausages like that. Well, they're round on the edges, so you're going to have a bit of leakage coming through the middle. So you need a sausage dam. Sorry, a sausage wall to stop there. You got to
Well,
plug
sounds
the
like
gap.
to me. Sounds
Yeah,
like
it's the-
sloppy plating.
It's the cement.
That's what it is.
It's the cement of the
Sloppy
Sunday.
plating.
Sloppy plating. Like, there's no reason why it has to get on the sausage. There's no reason why.
You can plan your plate carefully.
Plan
Plate
plate.
curation.
Yeah.
Plate curation's a thing, though, isn't it? Yeah, but it is.
But that over there,
Yeah. Yeah.
by the time it runs to that side of the plate, you'll
Yeah.
be finished it.
But you
don't need
do.
to-
I don't like piling. You know, when you see people and like, you know, you got to buffet and that the piling stuff. Nah,
stacking it.
it needs to be
So
in
this
an
is what I
area
do,
where you
man.
can reach.
This is what I mean. So I can eat each individual thing.
I
Yeah.
say at a buffet, I'm a savage. Like
Aye.
that plate is coming back. like that.
This is
I
the
want
bubble.
people.
This is
I
the
want
film,
people to
this, you
look
know.
and go. There's no
Ice
way he's
cream on top
finishing
of the
that.
savoury and that.
Just yeah. When
Like
I,
Alan Partridge take these big plates.
I mean, this is the film in itself. Have you done this yet on the social media? You
So you
two
tried to
eating?
record me eating before, but
I've tried. I have recorded a
Sneak.
meeting before.
Tried to sneak one in.
Eating scrambled eggs out of a measuring jug with a spoon.
Ah.
And do you know why he eats them with a spoon? So we can get them in his mouth quicker.
so
Oh,
you
but
don't
it-
need to chew scrambled egg, do you?
It's a tricky thing, scrambled, isn't it? So a spoon, it's probably the best tool, isn't it?
That's what I
Eating
mean.
scrambled, especially if it's on its own.
Honestly,
Out of a jug, because out
I
the
can
jug, because it's
do-
microwave, is that right?
Is
that why you're having it out of the jug,
That's why
aye?
it was a joke.
I mean, we've all eaten it,
Worst
scrambled egg
way,
out of a
worst
pan.
way to do scrambled egg.
Yeah.
But in the gym, we haven't got the means
No,
No.
it's sad.
to. Yeah.
Right.
I know I've got
Mind
routine
this, like,
breakfast
so-
as well. Like.
Hey, I can go on to meal three. Yeah.
I thought, right, so you went Indian and then you went
Full English.
full English.
Full English.
But was Sunday dinner the last, number 3?
No, I didn't think about Sunday dinner, but then I had a little brainwave while we were all talking.
it's-
So
yeah.
one of my favourite takeaways is Jai Thai, just along this way.
Yeah.
And I love just the jasmine rice from there,
Mm-hmm.
the prawn satay, which is the best satay, salt and chili chips. Then I'm having salt and chili prawns as well to start.
Is your mouth watering, Joe? Because he clacked through that.
Yeah, you did, yeah. You actually did.
I'm starving. I've not eaten yet. It's even all
He's talking. He's like,
I'm worried that the corners of my mouth are getting a little cake in the corners. I'm actually going to have a drink.
Mate, you're a problem, you like.
oh, fantastic. Oh, I think we need to do merch bibs for Joe. Like, do you know what I mean? You should do some gym bibs.
Well, like Bev's, that. Well, that
yeah.
used to
I
work.
dinner medals. You know, you got dinner medals down here.
I don't wear white t-shirts if I go out for food for that
Right,
reason.
you're mental if you're wearing white when you're
Yeah.
going out
Oh,
to eat.
totally.
Because where you mentioned like first date foods, and I said gammon and egg was a good first date food.
Joe, that's what I said. I was
Are
like,
you with us or
gammon
not?
egg.
No, I'm out.
Sorry, like.
Pasta.
I mean, like, yeah, sort
it's
of.
it's stuff you're not
Well,
chasing.
like,
like
Wetherspoons
1940s
Yeah,
Durham.
you got the Pope. Well, I was like, I'm talking like 20 years ago, Steve. Do you know what I mean? It's changed a bit since then. But, well, what you doing, Matty Days, or what?
Well, mine and Lisa's first date, we had a 5-course Indian.
Really?
But
Wow.
but because it was like the first time that we'd like had a date together, we shared like a 5-course between us.
That'll
Really?
have killed you.
I was
That would-
going to say that.
But there was food left.
Just
There was food left.
Salivating.
We were both
Really?
being really polite.
Aye.
Like, and Lisa likes the food like me. Now there's no way on earth. Get off my naan bread. Get off.
It's a tricky one, though, that, because when you go on it, you're trying to be on best behaviour when you're on your first
It's a
date.
complete fake version of yourself. that you're
Well, it
putting
is,
forward.
yeah, but when is that? When is the time? Right, so here's the one, right? This is good, right? So, how long into the relationship when you start letting it just loose a bit? Do you know what I mean? When's the...
I don't think it happens until you go away on holiday together.
Really?
Or you spend like a bulk of time together, because you can't constantly portray the best version of yourself
Yeah.
like on holiday.
But it's
Yeah.
your version of yourself, isn't it? But it's kind of when you let these things slip. When you dropping a fart. When's
So that's
that
it.
happening?
I
Because
don't
that's
do
the,
that.
usually
that's
comes
the first thing.
Don't
usually happens
fart.
accidentally, doesn't it?
That's
I
the
don't do
first
that.
thing.
You don't
You've never
fart?
done that.
Never in front of.
You've never farted
Ever.
in front of a lass?
No,
I drop
no.
bombs in the house.
I'm not surprised at what you're eating.
I've been in long relationships and never done that. No.
Really?
You need to get that out of the way as early as possible.
I've heard that
Do you do
before.
it consciously,
people-
though?
So
You
I don't do
consciously.
it so early doors. You know when you like you need to fart, so you hold it in and you're like, oh my god, my tummy's hurt. Is she gonna go upstairs or what? And sometimes
Is that when
it's
you do
not,
the thing?
it's not until you drop, like might have dropped Lisa off in the car just as she's walking through the door. Just the worst ever.
Yeah.
See, I also remember, I think it was accidental, and I think I pretended that I'd moved the chair leg and went,
That's strategic, that like, isn't it? You know what I
But
mean?
if you get a little bit of comedy to it, then they're gonna laugh.
Yeah, wait for the fog on at the beach or something.
I can't believe that you've never
Nah,
actually.
bro, I don't know.
To think, I don't think I've ever heard you fart.
Pure robot.
right,
mate,
in
like.
this new segment of the podcast,
No, but it is. But I think that's the pinnacle of like the trust in the relationship. But when is she doing it?
no, but
Well, I think Lisa was sharp after I did it.
Well, it's like
yeah,
the
that was
flag's
it.
gone
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
Right?
I've
Yeah.
surrendered.
It's
That's
fair.
it.
It's fair, really, isn't
Yeah,
it? I
yeah.
think she
Yeah.
maybe
Surely
wait.
she's gonna
she
be
maybe
fuming if she
she
listens to
probably
this.
she maybe waited a few weeks.
Yeah.
She maybe waited a few weeks, a little bit of courtesy.
Yeah, and then you're married,
Put it
and
in
then
the
it's just
diary
like,
and that.
Yeah.
Then there's competitions. I have
Yeah.
competitions with me little girl. She can do it on cue. Fantastic. It's a skill.
That's impressive.
It is impressive. Yeah.
On cue.
On cue. Because I'll drop one, she'll be like,
She wants to get
She's
herself on
smiling,
Britain's
bam.
Got Talent.
on
Cue.
cue. Dropping them on cue.
That is
I
impressive.
mean, we're trying to keep the skills in the Prince family kind of to a higher level here. So yeah, here we are. Yeah, we're off and running.
That's either impressive or there's some some digestive issues.
Some
at play there.
digestive
She's got,
issues,
always got
aye,
them ready
yeah.
to go. Like
Well, she likes cauliflower cheese, so it might be
that's the
something
problem.
about that.
Right?
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
that's it.
Aye. So you've done your top three.
Yeah.
Steve,
We've got to get your
Are
top
you
three
bothered?
Steve, somehow.
I mean,
Come on.
are you
So I'll
bothered?
give you my 3 meals
No,
a
we'll
day.
find
like.
you-
Different ratios of
we'll
yogurt.
We'll find I'll have a strawberry yogurt and peach.
So
Sometimes I have 80% yogurt and then 20% fruit. Other times I might tip to
I'll give
70.
you my 3 meals a day. So my 3 meals a day, that's my yogurt. That's my first meal. Second meal's 6 eggs. 2 slices of toast, sometimes with butter, sometimes with avocado on. And then my evening meals, and you hate the way I put this, but I'll have 2 chicken breasts, some veg.
I bet you put no seasoning
and
on.
then, and then I'll have like, this again sounds like a robot, but then I'll have like a carb sauce. So this means that I'll either have chips, I'll have rice,
Carb
or like
sauce.
wraps or something.
Right, okay.
So then you can be
So you're having that
Creative.
every day, are you? So you're having the
pretty
carbs every
much
day, are you?
some form of that every single day. Like if I eat out, I'll make sure. Like if I went to Nando's, I'll make sure I'd have like a chicken wrap. So there's my chicken
Yeah.
and me carbs.
Yeah.
I'll have macho peas or broccoli.
Yeah.
And then
Macho peas are nice. I like macho peas, yeah.
Carb sauce.
I know, mate. I know. I can hear myself.
Are you planning this though, Steve? Or are you just like, this is
Just
happening
how I
on...
am.
Carb A on Monday, carb B on Tuesday, carb C on Wednesday. Then he just cycles back round.
After the carb ladder. Just,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So
Do you ever have any snacks?
yeah. So then that's about 2,000 calories, a little bit over, maybe it's 2,100 a day. So then I can like give myself like 300 to 400. I realise
It's really sad,
myself at the
it's
minute.
really sad, isn't it? Really sad.
Yeah, we are
Really sad.
on a podcast, Steve, you know. Go on, go for it. Go for it.
People just thinking, what a bleak existence.
I know.
Hey, I'm halfway in there. I agree, Steve. I'm doing the same. Oh, wait.
I love
Let's
it, mate.
go.
But yeah.
What's a snack thing then? What's your
So
treat?
2 squares of dark chocolate. Do like that. Yeah.
Do you know what 2 squares of dark chocolate is to me? That's if I'm dieting. That's like, oh, that's just like a little
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is while you're making something.
a little treat.
Aye.
But then I have like a couple of coffees during the day as well. And there's a couple of
Oh, wild. Couple of coffees during the day. Treat yourself.
normal syrup, not the sugar-free one. You hear me? That's probably about 7,000 calories. 2,700.
Have you got a sweet tooth, a sweet dessert that you'd go to?
So honestly, you had
Vanilla
this,
ice cream.
I can't even pronounce this. I'm going to pronounce this wrong, but it's is it baklava?
Baklava, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Very
nice,
good,
yeah.
actually.
I had that for the first time. Maybe it's about a year and a half ago, and it blew me mind.
That's proper
Yeah.
sweet as well.
Yeah.
That's really
an
sweet,
unreal
that.
dessert,
Aye.
that.
Yeah.
Some calories in that
Pistachio.
pastries, pistachio and honey.
Yeah.
Have you ever
Yeah.
had like a Turkish coffee before? Have you had Turkish
Oh, yeah.
coffee?
What's a
It's
Turkish
like
coffee?
6 spoons of sugar in,
My
like just,
father will
it's
argue
like
it's a Greek
syrup.
coffee.
It's
Yeah.
honestly,
Thick.
Yeah.
I had it once. There was I was photographing this Russian circus, and the guy made it in his little caravan. I was like, I don't know what this is. And he knocked my head off.
We've got
like
the pot. We do it in the
It's
house.
like 3 shots, but like 6 spoons of sugar, and like
Why is that a thing?
I don't know, but
But if you really need an energy boost.
Yeah, it is in
proper,
Greece.
proper kick. Like
Surely you have
Yeah.
a crash after that.
Well, people only have it at certain times of day as well.
Yeah.
Like I've already seen people have Greek coffee
yeah,
like mornings, evenings, probably.
get you through an hour, like get you through.
But if
work,
it is thick,
like,
all the grounds are still in the coffee.
Yeah, you
That's
don't
the
drink the
sink
last
to
bit
yeah,
there.
sink to the
proper
bottom.
paste. Do you know what I
I've
mean? It's like
never
really
even heard of
kinda-
this, and you all seem to be pretty clued up on it.
No. So talking about sweet tooth, baklava, fantastic. I'm a fan. What about,
too sweet
what
for
about
me.
you, Jim?
Oh God, again. He's another,
Again, this is really, really hard.
another tangent.
Well, I mean, you can do top 3 if you want again.
I'll do
That's
top
good.
3.
Right, let's go.
This makes it better.
The top 3 challenges.
Um,
It's good.
So I didn't realise I had a craving for this until I dialed in my diet for my fight. Sorry, for my competition. But it was, I know Raf Vos will kill us if I said that.
he will.
So
It's not a fight.
It's not a fight. All right, competition, mate. So apple pie and ice cream, but I want the apple pie cold.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, hang on, controversial.
Yeah.
Ice cream warm.
No.
I was just going to say that. Believe it or not.
Yeah, just milk. Ice cream, and then Marks and Spencer's do a sticky toffee pudding sauce.
Right.
Overrated.
I'm
That's it.
lashing that on top.
Is that so-
Steve thinks sticky toffee pudding's overrated.
I love
It's
sticky
like
toffee
people
pudding.
bang on
If
about
it's made
it.
properly, it's incredible.
Yeah, I hate it when you get a dry one. I want loads of the toffee sauce over the top
Yeah.
of this.
It can't. Yeah, it can't be dry, but a sticky toffee. You know, you get that burn in the back of your throat. It's that over sugar. That's
Yeah.
what
but
that
you
is,
can
isn't
get
it?
it
Do you know what I
right.
mean? So yeah.
Yeah.
But it's getting right. But right. So I want to get this clear here. So
Yeah.
you go on cold apple, right?
Cold apple pie, yep.
Obviously cold ice cream. right.
Yeah, yeah.
Is the sauce hot?
No sauce is cold. Everything's cold on this one.
Pouring cold sauce. How do you
It's
pour
no.
cold-
It's like a
squeezy
drizzle
one.
sauce,
Oh, right,
squeezy
all right, you
sauce.
go
It's
on
not like
sauce on the
Ah,
apple
right.
pie. What?
It's just a squeezy sauce.
Right.
What
Sticky,
sauce? Yeah.
sticky toffee pudding sauce.
Oh,
From-
that's the one,
from
is it?
Marks and
All right, okay.
Spencer's.
Ah, okay.
Sensational.
Yeah.
Now, I do really like hot and cold, but for some reason I like the cold and cold with the apple pie. And
Right.
ice
Because
cream.
for me, it has to be hot and cold. It's one of our subjects
Yeah.
as well. It's hot and cold.
It can go a bit too mushy though. Apple pie if it's hot. I think.
Yeah.
For me, it's
If you said
crumble.
apple crumble,
I would do
Oh,
crumble.
crumble's got to be warm, like
Yeah.
all day.
Are you anything? This is kind of it's very much yogurt adjacent because you got the crumble, you got the kind of the
Not a fan
sweetness.
of apple crumble, though.
No,
I don't like apple
you don't like
crumble.
apple crumble.
Of course, he's not.
No, I don't like apple.
Things people unanimously love. Sticky toffee pudding. Nah, I didn't like that. Apple crumble. Nah, I didn't like that. What do you like? Dessert.
let's test it.
Alice,
Alice,
Baklava.
do you like those desserts?
Oh yeah, I love them. Yeah.
Both of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Unanimously, yeah.
What's your top one then, Alice?
Top dessert. I mean, honestly, now that you've said it, I did have one last week. Apple crumble with custard.
Yeah.
Custard, so
Classic.
it's warm, yeah.
Warm, yeah. I can have it
I
with
like a
ice
cold
cream,
custard,
but
man.
I just like a bit of custard.
I
I love a cold custard.
Love a cold custard as well.
Yeah. Okay, my wife gags it, like even the sound of that, because even like cold bean juice, she's like, oh, like that. She's really, like, really. But I'm an ice cream and yeah, crumble, hot, ice cream, cold. I love that, like that melting in, man.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the best, isn't it? It's textures and temperatures.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's it, isn't it? That's the
Yeah,
best.
you need like crunchy,
With
soft,
a bit of crunch, bit
Yeah.
of soft, bit of sweet, bit
maybe a
of
little bit of
Topping
salt.
is
Oh,
insane.
next dessert, tiramisu.
Oh, hang on.
Oh,
Tiramisu.
I made a cracking tiramisu at
Ken's not
Christmas.
fan, like.
A massive one and a big
Have you
trifle
one?
dish.
Aye.
Bro, I mean, I wouldn't pick it.
Tiramisu, Wildfire do a really good one. Shout out to the lads down there.
Not
Yeah.
a fan of the coffee thing. It's like a coffee chocolate. That's getting left.
No, it's not.
Do you know what I mean?
Funny enough, there's
Honestly,
not that much chocolate in tiramisu, really.
It's like
It's not meant
coffee
to be.
revel. I mean, that's for lunatics. Coffee
nah,
rebels,
they
aren't
fire
they?
them.
Oh, really?
They are good, them.
Really? Coffee.
Toffee Revel?
Not a coffee revel.
Oh, nah.
No, not.
It's like the orange one as well.
Not orange. Yes.
But they're putting
coffee,
it
no.
to piss out somebody.
Steve's favourite too.
I like me, like.
Orange, yes. Coffee, no. The coffee's
Nah,
in there. Just like
coffee,
as a
coffee
as a
and
separate thing, isn't it?
orange.
A coffee revel, I'll eat it, but it's not the best chocolate.
So
But
get
I
one-
can get on board with orange chocolate. The orange revel isn't the best orange chocolate. Terry's chocolate orange from the
But-
fridge
Right.
is the best
See,
Terry's
orange
chocolate. Is the best
But
orange.
that's orange chocolate, isn't it? It's not.
Yeah.
It's not chocolate with an orange filling.
But I think that
I don't like that.
I
Like.
think that again, putting it in the fridge is another level up, isn't it?
Yeah,
Chocolate in the
chocolate
fridge.
from chocolate has to be from the fridge. Dairy milk caramel from the fridge. Next
I
level.
used to put Mars bars in the fridge.
Yeah.
You've got that snap. That's a bit. It can go a bit too far in a Mars bar though, because again, you end
Yeah,
up
it's
snapping
the
it. If it
caramel.
snaps, no good.
Yeah.
Is it? So yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, you cut them first.
Oh, you cut.
I used to do. I like little snacks. Sorry.
There's so much prep going into this.
There's a lot of prep
I
going
put
on there.
grapes in the
so
fridge. It's like sorbet.
The kids did that chocolate on top of a grape, put it in the freezer. Saw it on
Yeah.
saw it on social media.
We have people who keep bringing little anybody who wants to bring treats to the gym, keep bringing them in. So they do dates with peanut butter and dark chocolate on top.
lush.
Little bit of sea salt on the top.
Nice.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah.
really good.
Mind, that gets like thinking on like TikTok and stuff like that. Like people sell like market that as like a Snickers alternative.
It's not a Snickers.
It's not Snickers. I don't know how that is any way, shape, or form similar to a Snickers.
Yeah.
peanut
Yeah.
being the peanut butter,
That's it.
caramel being the dates on the
date,
bottom, and
It's
then
texture.
chocolate.
Dates,
Yeah.
dates
I
and
know, people
caramel.
trying to
slice.
say dates is caramel.
It's not.
It's not the same, but it's
If you have a sticky toffee pudding, right?
Yeah.
And the dates are in there.
Dates.
yeah.
Eh?
Sticky toffee pudding. Dates.
Dates are one
Yeah.
of the main ingredients in sticky
Dates are
toffee
the main
pudding.
ingredient.
Is it?
Posh place
You-
again.
Clearly not.
Yeah.
In sticky toffee.
Never
puddings.
have.
That's
Never
where all the
dates.
sweetness
You
comes
have to
from.
you have to blitz.
And the
You have to
sugar,
soften them.
Oh, yeah, and the
Blitz are
sugar.
the main
Ah,
ingredient of a
right.
sticky toffee pudding.
Ah, right. So that's inside. I was thinking like
You
you
tell
could
me
drop
No,
it.
no, no.
no.
Toffee is
Nah.
not the main ingredient in sticky toffee pudding.
Well,
Well, because toffee's not.
I'm
really
not.
thing.
I'm not a chef, but I know
It's
the
ju-
dates
so
part
no,
of it.
So we used to put it on. I used to have a restaurant, right? I used to make cracking sticky toffee pudding, and you have it with butterscotch salt, which is just toffee.
Scotch, yeah.
It's brown sugar, cream,
Yeah.
and butter,
yeah.
and that's it. That's the toffee element of it, but all of it was tons and tons of dates. That's why it's expensive to make.
There we go. You learn something
That's
new,
not
guys.
a viral clip, by the way. That was crap, but you know.
It sounds like basically you two should go for food with each other, and we'll go for food with each other.
No, I'll tell you what.
Or just sit on the same table with a sausage down between them. Or we just get lawn sausage, the Scottish stuff, the squares.
Yeah, seeing as I don't have the mash, I'll just use my mash across the table. We'll just use it as a bit of a
Create that, wouldn't it?
yeah, a bit of a gap.
It's like we're visiting each other in prison. It's like it's between us.
Warm mash.
Yeah, an eat off.
You'd flicking gravy at you.
Aye. You could, you got one.
Yeah. I'll be behind the side, won't it? Do you know what I mean? Well, I can put it on me wall. I can kind of cement it up. Do you know what I mean? It's just way to kind of pack that in. And then when it congeals, it'll be nice and solid.
Yeah.
You're never getting through that thing. You're never getting through it.
Probably getting
So,
engineer elements on there.
we'll go there. We'll go there. Third one, did you say 3?
All 3.
I think you got the 2 there, mate.
So we have got 2 there.
Did you get a 2? What did you get?
So
Tiramisu.
Right,
So
tiramisu was 2.
I'm going to have to go for something that's hot and cold mix now because we've
Right.
missed that out so far.
Okay.
So I'm going to say it's either going to be like a chocolate brownie with ice cream, warm chocolate brownie with ice cream, or alternatively cookie dough with ice cream.
Okay.
And you can vajazzle up that cookie dough however you want. And add chocolate pieces on, add different types of sauce, really mix it up.
I think you're right on the brownie. I think the brownie, as soon as you warm that thing up, it's like 10 levels up.
But
Yeah.
so I was speaking to Joe from Wildfire. Again, he does a fantastic chocolate brownie. I was like, how many calories do you think's in one of them? And he was like, over 1,000.
Yeah, I was thinking
Oh, yeah.
1,200.
And I would eat one of
guess
those
12.
by myself after a pizza and a few beers.
Steve, how many calories is in that? Do you know?
Is in.
The chocolate brownie. You must know how many calories is in a
surely
chocolate brownie.
it's
It's
varies.
obscene, but if you go to Lidl, the little bakery, and you look at their tiny little squares of chocolate brownie, they're 400 calories.
Oh,
And they are literally about that big.
they're
So it just
tiny.
makes us realise that the giant brownies that you get
yeah.
must
Wow.
be so many calories in.
Yeah.
So how much? What's the most you've eaten in a day then, Joe?
Oh,
That's a big question. Should
It's
put
a
that on
big
the menu.
question.
It's
so probably the day after me comp, like just because that's in recent memory, like I can tell you what I ate that day,
go on then.
but that's probably not the most I've ever eaten. So
So after the comp, are you going straight in?
So after the comp, we went for a couple of beers, and then on the night time, I had 2 fish finger sarnies, and that was me done. But the next day, I woke up ravenously hungry.
Ready to go.
So I just started straight off chocolate, just attacked the Easter eggs that I'd avoided. Then I had 6 eggs on 2 slices of toast.
Yeah.
Then I had a cream egg directly after that because I thought I'd stick with the egg theme. Then we made Rice Krispie cakes. So I had 2 or 3 of the Rice Krispie cakes. We went round to my nana's
With mini eggs in.
there was all sorts of chocolate in there. Would jazzled up Rice Krispie cakes right up. Then we went round to my nana's and we'd taken like a little packed lunch for me son. And he turned his nose up at it. So I ate his packed lunch, which was
Waste, wouldn't it?
ham and Philadelphia wraps. And then when my nana realised that I'd eaten his packed lunch and a pack of Pom Bears as well, she was like, I'll make him another sandwich. I was shamed by everybody. He turned his nose up at the ham sandwich, so I ate that as well. and then we came here to Ember. It was a Sunday, so I had the beef taco to start. I then had a beef dinner, and then I had affogato ice cream for dessert, with washed down by 2 bottles of the Gnome beer, which is lovely. And then I went home. This is actually really shameful. So I wanted the apple pie, but I couldn't find one in Marxie's, so I bought like their premium apple crumble that said it would serve 6.
Did it serve 6, Joe?
Didn't
6
quite
minutes.
serve 6. So I ate 3/4 of that and then a pint of ice cream and felt a little bit sick. But when I went up to bed, I was like, there's a bit of space left. So I went downstairs.
Kept going.
And it was like, Lisa had bought these snidey bounties from Aldi.
Snidey berries.
So I came back upstairs with it, and she just, the look of disgust on her face. And even as I started eating it, I was like, I don't want this. But yeah, that was.
And
That
put it down.
No, I ate it. Can't leave that on the side of the bed, mate. Eating chocolate.
So, you know, earlier when I mentioned the glutton,
Oh my word, that's
Yeah.
phenomenal. That.
But that's another thing. I've done that many times. Like,
Really? Holy moly! How many calories is that, Steve?
I reckon you've done
I mean?
10, over 10, haven't you?
It's got to be over 10,000 now, is it?
It was
Probably
a lot.
more than
I woke up the next day and I still didn't feel very well.
Were you just on the toilet for 2 hours?
And also, when I was lying down trying to get to sleep, I started having thoughts of, can you give yourself a heart attack by eating too much food in one go? Because I could feel the blood pressure in my arm as I was laying on it. I was like, this isn't good.
I think, when you've eaten too much, you can hear your heartbeat.
Oh, you can.
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah, that's fantastic, that. I'm exhausted.
I am.
What's
Red
the
hot
time?
cheek.
Oh, 12. I tell you what. Shall we? We've done pretty much a lot of these. Should we just go for the old faithful?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, right,
I wanna
boys.
hear
This
yours.
is we'll have to get you on again because this has been phenomenal. Isn't it? So
I feel like this has been a food podcast. That's what it feels like.
yeah, well, just a couple of questions at the end, and then an hour later. We'll
Yeah,
start
yeah.
here. So,
Yeah.
Steve, what's your Greg's order?
Oh my god, I'm probably just getting like a tuna cucumber sarnie at this stage. Nah. And if I'm feeling cheeky, I'll go for the tuna cucumber stotty. Like that's nah. Kill us there, Dan.
Sorry, Steve. What you getting a drink?
Either a coffee, but they're not that great there, but they are strong. Or
Yeah.
I just probably like a
Yeah.
Coke Zero or something.
So
Nah.
you're not a pasty guy, nor a bake.
Nah.
Nah, not like that.
I knew that question was coming and all. In my head, I was thinking, didn't I ask the Greg's one?
We have to go the Greg's, man.
So I'm having 2 Landsop results before
We have for Greg's 2 lands up results to start.
2 Landsop results to start, and I'm getting 2 sausage rolls with a tomato soup, and I'm using the sausage rolls as the dipper. It's fantastic. I've done it many times.
Never
yeah.
heard of that.
Really, really good.
So
Yeah.
Joe's been to Greg's before.
I can't believe you're going to bring this
He's
up.
been to Greg's before.
I was hungover.
We got us like a bacon sarnie or something like that, which they were fire to be fair from Greg's. But then he'd bought our breakfast, went back to the van, ate it in the car park at the van, and then went back into Greg's for like seconds, and then came in the gym with him and was like, "Oh, I've getting you like a bacon sarnie. Oh, cheers, mate." And then like later like confessed, like he almost like tried to portray it initially, like that was the first. Like he's just
Realised
been
that I'd
waiting for
been
breakfast.
secretly eating in the van.
Literally secretly eating in the van.
Going back in, pastry comes everywhere. I probably ate exactly. So I'd have gone bacon and if it was early in the morning, I'd have gone bacon and sausage sandwich, and then pan au choc.
No, you've had 2 things in the van. I'm pretty sure you had 2
Well,
things.
if I'll have added a sausage and bean melt on top of there, because this was I would have ordered. So back to my order. So I'm having the double sausage roll with tomato soup. I want them hot, but not to the point where it's burning the roof of my mouth.
Why do they do that?
I don't know. That's just the way pasties work, mate. And then I've
The
not
instructions.
I've not had this yet, but somebody's told us about it, and I can't get out my head. So a steak bake and a cheese bake, but sandwiched together. So you're getting the steak and the cheese bake at the same
Like
time.
Philly cheesesteak pasty.
Yeah,
Combo.
unbelievable.
Combo bake.
And then you need something sweet to bring yourself back round from that.
Of course.
So if they've always got the caramel custard donut, that's a banker. But if they've got the custard slice, I'm going for that.
Classic.
And I'm going to have a cappuccino. Keep the chocolate sprinkles.
What, you don't want the chocolate
Nah, I
sprinkles?
do want the chocolate
Oh.
sprinkles.
There you go, see, I'm not a pig.
Keep the
What you
chocolate.
take me for?
I'll just have a Diet Coke.
Yeah, I'm watching me waist.
What are you having? What's your Greg's order?
Oh, we've been down this road before, haven't we? So,
It changes.
Yeah.
It changes.
Yeah.
I tell you what, though, I had a corned beef pasty for the first time in 15 years, 2 weeks ago,
Wow.
From Greg's.
from Greg's. Corned beef. I had never had one for 15 years. I had a corned beef pasty. I thought I'll have a
It's- I
bite.
feel like you're claiming like a sobriety badge from corned beef when it's been like 15 years.
15 years, aye.
Yeah.
So I was
What
like,
was the what stopped you from having?
Sounds like it was a bit of a relapse.
Yeah. Relapse.
do you know what? I'm just no. It was out the blue. I was
Dan's relapse.
relapse. Convulsing in the van. I had pasty
He's got a
coming
boot
out
full
there,
of
do you
corned
know?
beef pasties now.
Well, that's it. Well, that's the thing, because Yeah, we've talked about this before. I don't want to bang on about it, but it's kind of I've eaten all of that, and my go-to used to be I used to get a corned beef and a sausage roll, and then I would get a ham and peach pudding stotty as well, and a bottle of Oasis. So that's
good order,
That's
that.
old Dan order, right? Now I can't eat it because I've overeaten it.
Yeah.
So I was testing myself, going. When my little girl had something, I said, "I'm gonna get a corned beef." She's like, "Aye, go on." Right, egg in the zone. I'm like, right. So corned beef pasty. We filmed it and put it on the on the Instagram and all. And I thought I was going to get rifting, but I didn't get any rifting from the corned beef. You know, corned beef usually rifts on you. Didn't get any of that. I thought I'll just have a bite. Full thing, hoovered back, delicious. It was just as good as I had it back in the day. And the corned beef to potato ratio was
it
pretty
right?
good. It was right, but not as good as the old Dan's corned beef pie. I'll do a cracking corned beef pie as well.
Do you know what? I've never had heartburn. Like I've never had heartburn.
Oh, it's the worst. I remember literally the first time I ever had it was on a stag do. And we're in Brussels, been drinking for like 3 days. And then also only eating kebabs from the kebab shop next door.
Aye.
And I was like, what is this pain in my chest? Like, it feels awful. I remember asking one of the older blokes, Michael Brace, I was like, this is really hurting. He was like, it's just heartburn. He was like, get yourself a large glass of white wine and neck it. And it'll solve the heartburn. Literally the worst thing you can do. But
Is it
me,
really?
oh yeah,
So
by a
Michael
mile.
Brace,
So I got a large glass of white and was
That's
just
the
like,
opposite.
bump, and
Yeah.
he was just stood smiling at us.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What a
Yeah.
shit
Yeah.
bag.
Yeah, good friend.
Yeah, a glass of milk's what you would have wanted
Yeah, a
for
glass
that
of milk
thing,
is
yeah.
what you desperately want.
Why
All
you gone
Lanzarote
too far?
Resolve.
Yeah.
Milk doesn't work either.
Doesn't it? I hate
Nah,
that.
Lanzarote Resolves are the. I remember the first time I had them, and then went on a pastry binge, and like
Hang on.
no repercussions
So
whatsoever.
Pastry binge look like?
You pre.
Yeah, you got
So
it.
shout out
Yeah,
to
you
John, who I
plan it,
used to
yeah.
work with, who used to have Lanzarote Resolves, and I think probably we'd been out for a few beers the night before or whatever, and then we were going to Greg's in the morning. This is like our 10 o'clock when we're at work, and I was like, I can't have pastry, I'll get heartburn, and he was like, take 2 of them, you'll not get heartburn, promise you. And it was like I was testing to see how well the Lanzarote Resolves worked. Turns out it worked really well.
So now you in anticipation.
I haven't had them in years. I haven't been on a pastry binge in a long time. Talking about it's making us think about this.
I've got Metrazole, Metro. It's one level up.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know there was levels of it.
Oh,
It's levels of
yeah. Metrazole is stronger than
You
Lanzarote.
haven't tested the Metrazole, have you?
Nah, but I would like to put it to the test.
fantastic.
Right.
I love
That's
that.
awesome, that.
Right.
Love it.
Fantastic. Cheers, boys.
I can't believe we're finishing on heartburn.